It's Operation Babble with Myke Shrews. It's pop culture, music, movies, TV too. It's time to explore life. It's Operation Babble time.
Yeah, it's time for a threesome.
A threesome. Welcome back, guys. So today, John. Today, guys, we have a special guest with us, Quin, and I'm going to have him introduce himself and tell a little bit about him, and then we'll dive right on into it. So go on, Quin, take it from us.
All right. Hey, my name is Quin. I am a blogger on Facebook, and I usually talk shit just as much as Myke will eat cereal. And
Oh, get fucked.
so I am a blogger in this series called Dewrant. I've been doing that show for like the last 7 years of my life. I started it as a normal blog, as a post on Facebook, where you got these really long-ass, bitchy-ass contexts of how I explain my stories. So I usually just attack everybody. You know, I mean, I'm like the human cards against humanity at points. But
You and John will get along well.
yeah, right on. And I also run a karaoke business here in Toledo, Ohio, called Karaoke Plus 419, where I basically have people like not only sing but also do their own entertainment. So if somebody wants to give out a freaking lap dance in the middle of somebody singing Kelly Clarkson, I highly allow it. So
Whoa! Don't be telling people what I do on my off time, all right?
Oh, says the one with the Captain America show for the striptease.
Hey, how dare you?
So
There's no video. That doesn't work for the audio.
right on. Okay, but anyway.
People get it, John. You're obsessed with Captain America. That's why you have his shield back there.
It's because I'm Hispanic.
Come on.
I'm Hispanic. I'm trying to compensate. I don't want to get deported.
All right, but that's pretty much the
All right, cool, man.
So what was your blog called again?
Dewrant. It's like all you gotta do is go to Facebook search and hashtag DEWRANT.
Yeah.
All right.
Which I haven't
So,
seen the hashtag around a lot. Maybe you just don't put it on every single post anymore. I'm not sure.
It's been very, very very challenging lately because like for the last several months, like I've been dealing with the hospital because I've recently got like a couple toes cut off on my foot. So I'm the typical black guy who's a diabetic that actually got some MTs going on while I'm listening to the hip hop, let alone play bass.
I love Scrubs.
So it's like I'm becoming a token / a pirate. So
All right, so John, when we were talking, well, the main thing that got Q on here was he posted something about Rob Pattinson's finally, like, it's in the books that he's going to be Batman.
yeah.
Or maybe
I've
I
never
posted
heard of this.
something
I've never
and
heard
then-
of the internet or Robert Pattinson
Right.
being Batman, or what are we talking about?
So, oh, dude, that blur effect on your background is horrible.
You ain't shit. No, it's-
So I think it was me that posted something about it was like finally officially confirmed from Warner Brothers and all that crap. And then Q was like, hey, let's talk about this because he wanted to talk to me about it on the cast. So that's why he's initially here, guys, to talk about Robert Pattinson as Batman. And as right before we get into the conversation, we'll each tell if we agree with him as Batman or not. So I'll go first. I do agree with him as Batman. So,
Okay.
John?
Nope, I'm going to hold off. I want to hear his opinion first.
Okay, go on, Q.
All right, fair enough. Let's see. I'm actually am very skeptical about Robert Pattinson being Batman and Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
But I initially think
Now,
Pattinson would be a good Bruce Wayne because he's always been a broody character in almost every movie, including Remember Me and Water for Elephants, throughout those times. But what got me about the whole entire shtick of Robert Pattinson becoming Batman, everybody lost their shit as soon as
they all
heard
revert. They all revert back to the Twilight bullshit, though.
Yeah,
That's
welcome
the
to the
thing.
fucking internet, man.
It's
everybody
like-
loves a meme.
look, just because I got 8.5 toes, that doesn't mean I want Shawn Michaels dropkick any motherfucker that actually would say otherwise. So here's my thing. Robert Pattinson is actually a decent actor. And don't get it wrong, Michael Keaton was a decent actor before you when the Batman. I mean, like even before Beetlejuice.
Mm-hmm.
So for everybody to over exaggerate that, that context back in the 80s, it kind of made me historically think that this is history repeating itself. Because who knows, Robert Pattinson would probably be a good Batman and Bruce Wayne.
So as far as like the articles go, because I didn't really dive deep into the articles of like he's going to be Bruce Wayne and Batman and shit like that. I just like got the initial hit from the internet. Now maybe you guys know for sure or not, but have they confirmed that he's actually going to be Bruce Wayne Batman, or is he just going to be a Batman? He's going to actually be Bruce Wayne.
No, he's not. What's his face? Tommy or whatever. What was the name of the dude from Beyond? Batman Beyond.
Terry McGinnis. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No,
I
I didn't
see-
get into that.
Which that would be awesome.
That would have been cool, but
Like,
I'm excited. To
when
see
they
this.
first announced it, I thought it was going to be a Batman Beyond type thing where, that way they can introduce a new Batman in, especially if they were going to go with the aesthetic of like the Justice League where Batman was old and crippled and falling apart already. It would make for a good one because in Batman Beyond, it's when Bruce Wayne is already like cut ties with the Justice League and all that other shit. So it would have been kind of cool to see an older like Michael Keaton as Batman, and then him coming in as Terry and becoming Batman that way. But if that's not the case, then fuck all that, and my life is pointless because I said that.
From what I understand, this is going to be called the Batman. So,
Right.
in my opinion, probably the Cartoon Network Batman.
From
The
one of the
one
rumors,
with Joker with the dreads.
one of the rumors I heard was it was Batman Year One.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I would personally be on board if they actually went on the Year One Batman saga.
Which
but,
would be
right now, we don't
interesting
know-
because it gives for a good reason as to why one, he's a lot fucking younger, and two, I don't know, with me, I'm completely for him as Batman. Like lots of people have said, he could do a good Bruce Wayne. I mean, we've seen that type of character out of him. It's a rich, guy and stuff in other movies. But I just wish DC would get the fuck away from Batman and Superman. Like, they're two golden boys. They just need to get away. Yeah. Do something. Like, put the money into something else. Like, I know they're making, like, 500 fucking Joker films.
Okay.
They need to get away from that villain, too.
I'm gonna say I'm on the other side of that. The only reason why you're saying that is because what they've been putting out is dog shit. Had they been
because
good, you'd be like, give me more. Like the only reason why they got to keep rebooting is because they keep fucking it up, dude. DC doesn't know what they're doing. Like even just in their fucking like opening crawl that they just had to do to mimic Marvel. When all the cartoon guys come in and they're like whoosh whoosh DC. In the fucking thing when they're showing the characters, you have white boy Aquaman, and then when they're all standing there, they got the Aquaman that looks like Momoa, but then he looks like Momoa. I go, DC, what are you doing? You don't know what you're doing. And I think this is going to be a cool, because with the Joker movie coming out, that's like a little different. They just need to get away from this DCEU shit because that just crashed and burned.
Yeah.
Well, in its own defense, I think he got stuck again.
Yeah, I think we lost John again.
All right, but I'll speak my opinion because, like, in my opinion, since Wonder Woman, they actually been a little bit on the ball. I wouldn't say like they got their shit together.
Right.
But the way they treat the DC EU now, I rather prefer because they're going on their own shit instead of just try to band together to create this really big universe, kind of like how Marvel did out of its own paradox.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel actually had time to build shit together.
Right.
With DC, how they treat it right now separately, I'm all for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'd rather have to get to know the characters in its individuality than if they decide to make like a Justice League universe, which I'd rather prefer. I'd rather get to know the characters first.
Right. We have technical difficulties, everybody. John has disappeared.
Lost animations.
So we might have to go back over some things once we get him back here. All right. Yeah, dude, I totally agree though. Where DC has not really took the time to build up, but also with some of the characters such as Batman, we don't need another origin film. You know, we don't need another origin film on Superman. We get it. He's an alien. Why do we need to keep doing that? But I mean, it can be good,
Right.
and if done properly, they can make a cool universe because they do have a multiverse type thing, which is one reason I'm looking forward to the Joker film that's coming out, because I heard it's kind of takes.
Phoenix?
What's that?
The one with Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, with Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay, right.
I heard that it's kind of takes place in like the Elseworlds type of situation for that one, so that should be interesting to see how well that goes. And
and you know what? I think like DC's been killing it even more in the gaming universe because of Injustice. Because I actually been following that saga, including the comics, for a long time now, and how they've been treating the characters in that universe.
Right.
I mean, but the first thing I thought, hey, boom, why? Because we were burned from Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, how they tried to connect that situation, and it died so horribly because like they've been trying to follow the trail of how Marvel and Capcom treated fighting games. So seeing Injustice in its own right, I thought like they've been killing the living shit out of it, because like how intriguing the story is, especially how much of a piece of shit Superman really is.
Right.
So but in the movie universe, on the other hand, like I said, I'd rather have the separate stories instead of just having things connected until like DC literally think out. Yeah, go ahead.
They shouldn't have really tried to do a whole lot of connection or a big universe thing as fast as they did, like you said. But with the fact that I heard the new Flash movie is going to deal with Flashpoint, should be freaking interesting. Nice. Which gives DC a huge fucking universe to work with, just within that. And also, I really think it would be kind of cool to see them take the Flash movie and the Flash TV show and interconnect those two, because they totally could without fucking anything up in either universe.
And I wholeheartedly agree, because they actually got a lot to work with, especially with the actors and especially with the productions. And
now John disagrees. John does not want to see that. I'll tell you that right now.
Why not?
Well, you'd have to ask him once we get him back.
Right.
But yeah, so I think it would be dope, because I like the Flash on TV better than Ezra Miller's Flash, just because they kind of like made him into this like not smart person, I guess. Like they made him not seem like a hero, when in Batman v Superman you see footage of him being a hero. In Suicide Squad, you see him stop freaking. I think it was one of the guys that he captures himself. That was all before Justice League came out. So it's kind of like, all right, so why are you acting like you've never been a hero before? Why are you acting like you just push people aside? Because he literally says, I've never really fought anyone. I've just kind of pushed people away and ran away. And it's kind of like, well, I mean, no.
Quicksilver could do what he could do. I mean, Jesus.
Right. It's like, come on now. I don't understand why they had to try and make Barry Allen like somewhat of a comic relief on that movie, because Barry Allen is a fucking genius. Like, and the Flash TV show even doesn't really get you to see Barry Allen's full potential because he has this massive fucking team of people. And I don't want to get on Flash too much, but we're waiting for John to come back.
Yes, he's talking the time.
And John's gonna want to talk about the Batman stuff, I think, with Rob Pattinson.
Right.
But as far as Rob Pattinson goes, like becoming Batman, I don't know. I wholeheartedly agree. I don't see a whole lot of negativity besides stupid memes on my Facebook feed, anyways.
Yes.
But usually those are people that are just like, oh, that's kind of funny type thing, even though they're like feeding into that culture of hating an actor that hasn't even had the chance to do the fucking role yet, you know.
Yeah.
And you think we would have learned, like, even like we've said back in the 80s, people didn't think Michael Keaton could be Batman. Right. And he is one of the best Batmans, I will say, that we've seen in live action to portray the role. And it's crazy, like even better than Christian Bale's Batman. Like the movies Christian Bale were good.
Right.
But his portrayal of the Bat was kind of weak.
And that's where I cross the line with people, because you live with each Batman. With any superhero, you got to separate the human from the alter ego.
Right.
So you got to see where things going. Like I tell people, Val Kilmer, great Bruce Wayne, horrible Batman.
Yeah.
and with let's see.
Dude, Val Kilmer was, my gosh, no. George Clooney was the best freaking Bruce Wayne, that I would say, because he is that part. He is a rich playboy guy. At least when he did the movie, it was way before he got married and stuff. He was a Bruce Wayne, rich playboy dude, and that's how he was. As far as his Batman goes, it was kind of just like Bruce Wayne in the costume, you know. So you get it, but there's never been a time where they've had like the perfect mixture of Bruce Wayne and Batman at the same time. Although I feel that Affleck's Batman was pretty dope for the version of Batman he was playing. And he got a lot of hate too, and I feel that's why
I think it's just on a simple cause. It's Ben Affleck.
Right. Well, he also got a lot of hate for the Daredevil movie, and they're like, well, he did Daredevil, what, 20 years ago, 10 years ago?
And I'll get to that in the second.
Yeah. John's back.
Fuck.
Did your internet go out, dude?
Yeah. If
John's forgetting to pay his fucking bills. You didn't
if
stop recording, did you?
No.
Okay.
And look at this. My Wi-Fi on my phone. Hood life. What up?
No.
Like him?
For real. I drop again, I'm just gonna go off my phone. I don't even give a shit. Okay, so I dropped out when you started talking about how the DC.
We actually, just to let
okay.
you know, we spent a little time talking about, like you said, the DC he was talking about how DC like jumped into their franchise, whereas Marvel took the time to build into, like, they did 5 movies. No.
Yeah, the
2,
classic
3,
argument.
4, 5. Yeah, 5 movies before they even did Avengers.
The classic, yeah.
The classic stuff, you know. But then we ended up talking about Flashpoint, the Flashpoint movie they're planning on making. And then I told him I thought it would be cool to see Ezra Miller's Flash and the Grant Morrison's Flash. Is it Grant Morrison? Yeah. Flash on TV.
Oh, Grant Gustin.
Grant Gustin. Why did I think Morrison? Who's fuck is Morrison? I'll have to look that up. So how that would be cool to see them together, but then I also reiterated the fact that you've already told me you don't want to see them together in a movie.
I'm
curious to know why.
Because it's pandering nonsense. The problem is that the show has gotten increasingly worse. Their last finale was whatever. It was fine. It was a lot better than
Aha!
the
Grant
season
Morrison
was.
is a writer for DC. That's why.
Oh, there you go.
I was
At least you
who
were in the world. At least you were in the world.
right.
I don't know. I guess my biggest thing is that Grant Gustin is just a really superb actor, and everybody knows that like TV and movies for some reason have these really weird like connotations when they are mixed together.
Yeah.
It would be neat for a minute,
You
but
get-
it's just it would just be all it would be is it would just be like I don't know, it would just be like pandering and if the movie sucks, then it's like somehow degrades the
But
show even worse.
What do
I
you
think?
think?
I don't know.
What do you think though if instead of it like being like a big event in the Flash movie, where you get like how in the TV show you have Flash and then he has like his whatever the fuck they call it, the other Flash running side by side to him, like
Yeah.
the time whatever they call them.
Flash time.
No, the time remnants.
Oh yeah.
Like that,
Okay.
where you see Grant Gustin, like it could be something super like whatever, just to so people are like,
it's
okay,
good
cool.
It's good up here, dude, but I'm telling you, there's no way they're gonna run that to where it works. Cause like,
Right.
think
Well,
about
not
it, like,
DC.
a
They
lot
would
of-
try and make it a lot
like
bigger.
a lot of people who will see the movie won't fucking care about the show, and probably
True.
vice versa. And then you get in there. Can you imagine seeing this season's Flash costume next to fucking Ezra Miller's like Injustice one? He'll look like a fucking asshat. Like he'll look fucking retarded. And it's like,
Not only that, too, you might end up running into like the fans of the show being like, well,
Well, and Ezra-
what fucking Earth is that from, or what you know?
well, and Ezra Miller would never have a chance, dude. Grant Gustin is so fucking likable and has such a huge following
Yeah.
that
Right.
Ezra Miller would have no chance to establish himself. Could you do that in like the second or third movie? Yeah, absolutely. You could
Right.
get away with it. But there's a reason why you're not seeing Wesley
he didn't-
you're not seeing Wesley Shipp's actual Flash in the first season of The Flash because
Right.
you need to establish your guy first.
Well,
And
you
that's
don't
the
ever,
biggest
you
problem with
actually don't
DC.
see him until his actual Flash. You don't ever see it until this past season.
It's like the third season or something.
The
It's
fourth,
like the third
no,
or
this
fourth
past
season.
season's the first time they showed the original
Wesley
Flash
Shipp
suit.
in the costume.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
costume.
Um,
I don't know if you watched the show or not, Q, but it's pretty cool.
I'm not really, but the way it sounds, which I'm gonna agree with John, it would kind of misconstrue the fuck out of the whole universe if they
Yeah.
do put it in a movie. But on a what if, especially if it means saving money at the Freak Studios, it'd have been great on their DC app.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
it depends.
It's
But the
like-
two guys, the two guys are writing the movie together.
It would have been smarter if you brought Ezra Miller to the TV show to promote it. Right before the movie came out, you brought him in, he does a cool moment, and then bam, he's
To
out.
promote the movie. Yeah.
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 But also,
the TV doesn't
it's
need
the
it.
problem. It was the problem that the DCEU's had since day one. They are so quick to add so much fan service that you don't let the characters have their minute. Like Aquaman, Aquaman's movie hurt so hard because Justice League actually existed already. Don't get me wrong, Aquaman already
feel
sucked as
that
a movie, but
that's
like
going-
knowing Justice League already took place, they were stuck with certain canonical things that like
Yeah.
they didn't need. And it's like,
Well,
and,
it's
and
also
because of
going
those things
to
that were
affect
already
the Flash
established,
movie,
it like
dude.
already made the movie worse for some reason. It was really just dumb.
I feel that the Justice League movie, though, will also affect the Flash movies because in the Justice League movie, as I was telling Q, like they completely like fucked Barry Allen. Like they made him look like a retarded kid who couldn't fight. When in Suicide Squad, they show him catch a fucking bad guy. They show
But see,
him do all this other stuff. They show him fighting crime before we get to Justice League.
See, this is
In
but
the
this is the other reason why I like the Robert Pattinson casting and all this stuff moving forward. Fuck it. The next Flash, don't talk about Justice League. DCEU died.
Right.
It's dead. That
Well, they
shit is
didn't.
gone.
Did they talk
It's
about
dead.
it in the Aquaman movie? Because I've only
Yeah.
seen that like once. So
Yeah.
Did they?
When he first meets Mira outside the bar, she talks about how he went up and fought
Oh
dumbass
yeah.
from Justice. So, but with that movie, you could cut that scene and it wouldn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
So You know, like a fan could just grab the movie, cut that scene, and then Aquaman will work on its own standalone. Then Flash can be its own standalone. And then because it's the same thing I've told Michael about 50,000 times. Why not have Flash be your Iron Man? He's the most relatable character in the entire DC universe right now. Mm-hmm. Use him as your linchpin. He's funny. He's a normal guy who gets his powers, and he's got CSI, background. So he could do detective-y shit that could really help with Robert Pattinson stuff. So hopefully they make him do detective stuff.
What was that, Q?
It's a detective v shit. I gotta put that as a hashtag.
But seriously, it's what every Batman movie's fucking missing. Like,
right.
It's like we're all like, I want to segue into
They're more focused on the crime fighting than more the sleuthing.
God, I would even argue crime fighting is just like he just shows up and beats up people. It's like, is he really fighting crime? He's just showing up and finding a villain. You never really.
Because you got to remember, I'm going on the old canon of how the comics kind of treated his martial arts is pretty much called crime fighting.
Right.
Oh, that's funny.
So as far as so we can get through the Batman thing.
Yeah.
So Matt Reeves is the director and writer, correct? Is he writing this as well? I think
he
so.
Wrote it, yeah.
Sure. The Batman is what it's called.
Yeah.
And he's in charge. What else did he? Oh, wait a minute, wrong fucking person I'm looking at. He directed the War of the Planet of the Apes movie, and the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes as well. So, which are two fucking awesome movies. Like all three of that trilogy were pretty dope,
and they're really somber and brooding too, which I think is gonna really like. I think.
Oh yeah.
Again, like one of my biggest problems is it's these movies never can quite figure out the balance of the personas, because Bruce Wayne is just as fucking important as Batman. Like people forget that he's an icon whose family is deeply embedded in Gotham. That's why he doesn't just fuck off to another place. Yeah. He stays there.
Which
he's in.
And the wild part is, like, I was just discussing this with Myke while you were in the freaking time paradox, where the actor have to learn the difference between the human side and the alter ego side, where the production, I'm going to point it out that everybody in the production don't really have the full glimpse how to intertwine those.
Yeah, and you actually alluded to it before I disappeared, and before Thanos snapped me out. I love the idea that like he's gonna be a great Bruce Wayne. I don't know why people are shitting on that so hard, because it's like he's a good looking dude who did Twilight, for Christ's sake. He's going to get the brooding shit perfectly
Not
fine.
only that, dude, he's going to bring in a whole nother audience, too, into the Batman.
I want to talk about his character. I don't care about the marketing, Michael. God damn it. And I don't care about the fucking toys. No, I'm not even talking about the toys. You're going to get there. You're going to get there. Don't worry. But what I'm talking about is he was in Twilight. He did a bunch of fucking action shit. He's used to ropes and being on fucking wire and doing wire fu goofy ass shit. So he'll be good for that. And like I said, since George Clooney, there is not a Bruce Wayne that I believe any woman wants to bang. Not a single one.
Right.
Val Kilmer and Michael Keaton?
Also,
are you kidding me?
I mean,
come on.
He's done
Christian Bale?
I think it was Cosmopolis or whatever he was in, which shows him.
Oh, I thought he fucked up Cosmopolitan.
No,
that's a really old magazine,
like Cosmopolis,
Michael. What are you doing?
or some shit like that. Which he did that like right after Twilight, and it showed that he had different acting skills than just a brooding, pale teenager. Not really teenager, but stuck in a teenage body type thing.
Well, he's been a working actor ever since.
Here's my big argument, because Myke can attest me, because I made a post on Facebook, convince me why Robert Pattinson cannot be Batman or Bruce Wayne. And they were like, he's stupid, he's a bad actor.
They don't use like logic.
Going on these very vanilla bullshit reasons. And that's where I make the argument, like, name 5 movies that Robert Pattinson sucked at, besides Twilight.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking
and he doesn't
water...
even suck in those.
No.
He's
Water for
probably
Elephants, dude. Have you ever seen Water for Elephants?
But not only that, but
That
like
is a
Robert
fucking great
Pattinson-
movie, and he did that in between Twilight movies.
Well, and Robert Pattinson, I would argue, is probably the best part of the Twilight movies.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, remember, there was a movie, he was Salvador Dali, and I thought he was pretty decent in that.
yeah.
And,
Like, it's interesting
even
though
if you
because...
don't like the movies, it doesn't mean he was bad in them.
Right.
You know? Denzel Washington's done some shit, but he's usually the best part of the shitty movie. Like, come on.
It's gonna be pure bliss though if like the Batman movie comes out and it's like the perfect iteration of Batman and Bruce Wayne at the same time.
So bad. I just want it.
And it would be so awesome if he became like the Iron Man of that franchise, like
Dude,
the perfect actor to play that role.
It's funny you just said that because you know what scene I was thinking about. It's in Civil War, obviously.
Okay.
That scene when Sharon Carter and who apparently the movies completely forgot about, and Black Widow are fighting the Winter Soldier in like that cafeteria.
Yeah.
And they're like, and then Iron Man comes, Tony Stark comes in with that watch thing and like blocks the bullet and like fights the guy.
Oh yeah.
Why don't I see more of that shit in a Batman movie? When was the last time you saw Bruce Wayne kick the shit out of somebody? Like, they're like, oh, Batman Begins when he was like at the League of... I'm talking after he's already been Batman for
They
a
did
really
it
long
in
time.
they did it in the Dark Knight movie when he went up into the room, took out the sniper and shit like that. Or no, there was no sniper in that room. That's right.
He took that shotgun off and like popped the dude in the face, but that was about it.
That was in his place, yeah.
But that was a cool scene. But I'm saying, like, yeah, really, other than like one or two moments like that, you don't get cool shit. Like, why can't I see Bruce Wayne walking around doing the detective-y shit?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Well, because he's fucking Bruce Wayne and everybody's paying attention to him, though.
But he could still sit in his fucking office and do shit. He's in a mansion, bro. Like, what are you talking about? We have like 900 cartoons that show him doing that shit. I always get mad. Like, why can't these movies do this? Comic books are literally storyboards. They are already there for you. You cut some things out, put some new shit in, bam, your movie's right there.
And I have to agree with John. Like, you know, like besides dragging the movie with like dialogues and bullshit conversations, have Batman at least take the moment of literally looking around the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need it to be like fucking Sherlock from BBC where it's like he sees stuff and like, you know, 3D elements are floating around his head and it looks like The Beautiful Mind or some shit. I'm just like, literally he could walk over and just go, his place just got ransacked. He's like, oh, look, footprints. Here's a boot size of blah, blah, blah. And, oh, blood splatter that somebody missed over here. It's like, show me he's fucking intelligent. Not that he's just got money. Show me that he's fucking smart as hell.
So it's just one of those things. It's like, you know, you are the greatest detective, right? Show me.
Well,
that's called DC stands for Detective Comics. Like, we don't even get the detective shit. It's like in Christopher Nolan, the most you get. We talked about this like on the cast
I
or two
can
ago.
see John literally putting the slash between D and C. It's like, look here.
It kills me. Like,
I think with the movies, what would help, and I see they're doing it with Batwoman as well, is like back in it was probably a decade after Batman was created, but then they brought in Lucius Fox. And as soon as but they never had Lucius Fox in the movies before until the Dark Knight series where Nolan brought Lucius Fox in. And now we see him everywhere. He was even in Gotham, and it became like Lucius Fox was like the backup, even in the Dark Knight series, to like help push Bruce Wayne like, oh, here's some new tech so you don't have to actually go and do anything. You can just do this.
It's like half an excuse to have Morgan Freeman in your movie. 1, 2.
Well,
but it's also good for the script though. It saves a lot of time of like, oh, where's he getting all this tech? Is he making it?
Yes, but they also use him.
He's a good exposition bomb too.
Right.
He's got a good voice, a cool character, and he's like, yeah, here's all this shit. Like,
well,
we don't
even
need to worry
in
about
Gotham
that.
though, like they utilized him as like he's like all the brains in the show right here. Because if something major went wrong, let's go find Lucius. He can help figure some shit out.
Well, I mean, but then you get into the realm of like, are we accidentally turning him into James Bond? Like, we're gonna go talk to Q, and it's like, also if Batman has to keep constantly going to somebody else for affirmation of about a clue or something, it kind of downgrades.
And it kind of always took away, like in the original like Batman movies, anyways. And I'm just talking movies, not comics, not cartoons, just the actual movies. With the live action Batman, it was like you always got the feeling that Alfred was the one making all this stuff. Alfred was doing, so it made Alfred even more of a fucking badass. Yeah,
you really think Alfred was down there building the fucking Batmobile and shit?
He always had that. Well, besides in the one Batman where they brought in Batgirl, then you see like he had like blueprints with his brother or some shit.
Yeah,
like his brother was helping him out.
Really horseshoed in there, though. Yeah, I don't know.
But like it gave more of a feel for him.
I'm sorry, I gotta make this argument.
Yeah, man. Bring it.
The problem with me, looking at the Batman before, until Christopher Nolan walked in, they made more, they made Batman in the 90s, right then and there. That's cool. But when Christopher Nolan showed up and beyond, they made him more of a soldier than it is a detective.
Right.
Yeah, I like it. Like an action hero. He was more an action
hero.
Where
like in the first, at least the first two Batman movies, they made Batman like how he's supposed to be. It's like the criminals feared him. Oh, there's something lurking in the dark that's going to get the criminals type thing. I mean, in the fucking opening scene in Batman, like the Batman with Michael Keaton, it's like, he just drops down. It's so freaking perfect.
Well,
but then again, in the Nolan ones, like you said, we don't get that. It's like he's a soldier. He's out in the daytime, for Christ's sake.
With the movies, you also God, The Dark Knight Rises sucks. But
seeing Batman, Batman should have been in a white suit in that one.
Well, and the thing I always say is like with the Christopher Nolan stuff, Batman's the weakest part of that trilogy. Like everybody always talks about the villains and the set pieces and all the good cool shit. Batman's kind of one of the lowest things on that tier.
Where is he?
And then he's eating donuts.
What's up?
So you got that, but then you go back and you look at the Joel Schumacher stuff, and it was like, it started off kind of okay, but it kind of turned off into a cartoon. Yes. But at the same time, he felt Batman because there was like gadgets and cool shit going on, and the suits actually looked kind of neat, and he was keeping with the aesthetic that Tim Burton made, where like Gotham was this big, extravagant set piece, like this really grandiose place, which was fucking awesome, which really made the Gotham TV show work too.
Yeah.
Is that Gotham is like its own character.
Which I hope they leave the aesthetic of Gotham like that in the Batwoman show. I hope they do.
Exactly. And but the problem was Joel Schumacher kind of went a little too crazy, like splattering like
all the neon colors,
fluorescent neon colors, and like big, grandiose, like goofy ass costumes.
Yeah.
And,
well,
like,
see, for the first one he did,
dude, Batman and Robin's still one of my most watchable ones, but Batman that movie is garbage.
See,
and I
Batman
love it
Forever
so
though,
much.
I can give them like why the colors and shit were there for the Batman Forever one, because they had the fucking circus like introduce the movie almost, so it makes more sense for the aesthetic
and you had Jim
of that
Carrey
one.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah,
like,
and
how
Jim
are you
Carrey
not
like
gonna go over the top, like you had
and you had Two-Face as like it was like colorful and then black and blah 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 blah.
Fucking terrible.
Even though we switched our Harvey Dent because Harvey Dent was freaking Lando.
Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, he was
fucking
Lando
Billy
in the first two.
God, that would have been cool.
But, my question was, when they made Batman and Robin, were they going for the Golden Age of comics?
No. When they made Batman and Robin, they were going for toys. That's the entire fucking movie is made for toys. There is a documentary on it.
Don't forget Bezos. You can't go off without it.
There's a documentary on the entire movie that it is made for toys. Like, that's why they switch suits so many times. That's why there's random fucking vehicles that show up. It's just to sell the toys.
So speaking of toys,
that movie only made money on toys.
because you said toys, and then I latched on to costume. I wanted to go back to Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Because the thing that I care the most about right now is, what do you think the suit's gonna look like? Do you think they're gonna like keep it kind of pseudo toned down to like the Batfleck costume, which I thought was fucking dope? Or you think they're gonna go a little bit more plated armor again, like Batman or like Dark Knight? I don't know. I'm so curious. Because, like, I don't know. It depends on how big Robert Pattinson gets. You know, if he gets kind of beefy,
well,
you can
he's
put him in
already.
spandexy
I
suit.
mean,
Bale wasn't as bulky either.
That's why you had to give him the plated armor, because you wanted to make him look a little tougher. But Batfleck got fucking huge, so you're like, yeah, we can put him in spandex.
they could still do the gray and black suit for Batman.
I mean, they got to change it. They can't give him the same fucking
Not the
suit,
same
but,
suit,
like,
but the same color scheme, because if he's going after the year one Batman, that's the suit he wore. Was the gray with the black. It was before, actually I've never seen them do in the movies the bat symbol with the yellow behind it, even though that's how Warner Brothers copyrighted the symbol.
Michael Keaton's did that.
Did it? Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice try, Michael.
But that's how DC copyrighted that symbol, because they couldn't just do the bat. They had to put a fucking color around it and shit. Yeah. That's kind of cool. And now
curious.
you know.
I want to know about the suit. I'm so curious.
I think he's going to be more of a toned Batman than a buff Batman at first, because it's supposed to be he's beginning. Matt Reeves says, what is it? The Batman is about the Cape Crusader trying to find his footing, is what he like tweeted out and shit. So,
wow, you couldn't be more vague if you fucking tried. You could not be more vague.
right?
Trying to find his fucking footing. Like, what? Is he going mountain climbing?
So I wonder if they're going to kind of do like...
Wait, bats don't climb. I mean, like...
Fucking Christ.
We saw like a Batman year one would be Batman Begins, wouldn't it? Like, wouldn't that be like the same? Yeah. I mean, we get the Batman Begins was in the Dark Knight world. We understand that. But it's pretty much the same thing. Like, he's trying to figure out where he is in this world now, because he supposedly has these
But Batman Year One, he's
powers.
already Batman, but he's still trying to figure out the balance. Like,
right.
Batman Begins is him literally going to the League of Assassins and learning and shit. Batman Year One, he's already kind of established himself, but it's not quite there.
I hope they get away from like the main. If this movie does good, I hope it does good because there's not a Joker in it. I hope
They're not
that
gonna
they
put Joker in there.
I hope
No
they
way.
get away from the Joker. I hope they do something different. I
don't even really want him to have a villain, to be completely honest. I want him to just be working because in Year One, really Commissioner Gordon is kind of the centerpiece of that story.
Mm-hmm.
And
what if it's a continuation?
I
from
really don't
Gotham?
want that to happen. I'm afraid they're gonna like Alfred and Commissioner Gordon the shit out of this because of Gotham and like with Pennyworth coming out and shit.
Yep.
I just want just let this fucking be about Bruce Wayne and Batman. Like, just let it be about him and like maybe his relationship with Alfred. And like, I want those scenes where he's just fighting jewel thieves and shit. And like, why can't Penguin be the bad guy again?
Right.
He could just be a masterful dude, and he's just the whole movie he's fighting all the fucking henchmen, like trying to steal shit, and he has to like figure out what he's doing and figure out who's behind everything. And then at the end he has a bit of a showdown, and then maybe doesn't even catch the guy. We could have a two-parter. Doesn't even need a trilogy. Just give me a two-parter. We find out Penguin's the bad guy. He doesn't win, and then the next movie's him going after him. There you go. Done. Fucking easy. It's just people want to fucking just throw everything at you. It's the first fucking movie. Set it up. You fucking bricks.
It doesn't have to
Fucking
be
hate it.
like everything though. Like it doesn't even need to be a setup. It could just be a one-off. Like I
let
would
it
be
be a
happy if
fucking
it's a really
crossover,
good
like,
movie
ugh.
and a one-off. Like it doesn't need to be every fucking movie doesn't need to be a franchise. We've talked about this, John. God damn it. We don't need franchises. I'm gonna hit my desk and I hope this echoes in there. Fuck. We don't need franchises, dude. We don't need them. When we get like these IPs that people just keep building onto the same IP over and over and over and over again, we get Aladdin live action.
Ugh.
Right. All right, we'll talk about that later. right, but going back
John's
to the
just
argument
shaking his
of-
head, guys. Everyone, John is still
my
here.
reason why-
He's not stuck in another time paradox. He's just
What you
shaking
got,
his
Quinn?
head.
What you got, Quinn? What you got?
Here's the argument. Pattinson would be a great Batman.
I think so.
think so.
Edward Cullen would be a bad Batman.
So wait,
That's where the internet get misconstrued. They were putting Edward Cullen
As
in
Batman.
Batman suit, not Robert Pattinson.
I mean,
Batman.
And if Twilight's really your only fucking joke, it's like how many of those people even watch that? 2, that's obviously not for your demographic. I'm not yelling, I'm not yelling, oh, it's not for white guys. It's like, no, that's fine. They're 17-year-old, white bisexuals who want to see
that's dude.
androgynous vampires out there. You have your fan base, but at the end of the day, this movie was targeting 13 to 20 something year olds. And then if you just happen to be in the demographic who still likes that stuff, good for you. But there's a target, people aren't selling Rambo First Blood to fucking 13 and 14-year-old blonde females. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like these shitheads who like Michael Keaton's Batman are commenting on Twilight.
Hey.
It's like, did you even see the movie? Like, yeah, the movie might suck and you might not like it, but
Okay.
Robert
Here-
Pattinson can fucking act. It doesn't just because he was in a shitty movie doesn't mean he's a
Hold
shitty
on.
actor.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Mike.
Michael Keaton's Batman is good. I like those movies.
The quintessential.
The Twilight movies are
They're
good
fine.
too if you watch all 4
fine.
of them. Well, no, 5 of them. If you watch all
they're
5 of the
fine.
Twilight movies, it's actually a good story. If you were one of those people that just watched the first one and was like, oh, they're glowing fucking vampires, why aren't they catching on fire? You're fucking retarded, and you don't understand that the studio made them rewrite it because they weren't supposed to be vampires in the first place.
Well, and they did the glowing thing, and I saw it. I'm like, it's not even that bad. Like,
No.
if anything, they could have
The
done
sparkling,
it more.
yeah.
They could have done it
I
more. in the
still
movie.
say, like I said on the other cast, I think it was the last cast, I'm not sure, that Matt Reeves should do a scene in this fucking movie where the sun hits him or a light hits him just right so he glistens, just to piss off all those fucking fans.
Or like, just something real stupid. Like he's hungover, like he's fucking hungover, right?
Yeah.
Fucking Alfred pulls the fucking curtains.
And he
Pattinson
glistens.
goes, ugh, and like it hits like a glass, like a whiskey glass next to the table. It hits the whiskey glass and it like sparkles reflectors on his face,
Yes.
so it looks like he's.
Yes.
It would be brilliant. It would be fucking brilliant. That's. Or I told him like, oh, like what? Or it's like, oh God, Alfred, what time is it? He's like, oh, it seems we are approaching twilight, sir. And it's like, oh, you bitch, you bitch. God damn you, Pennyworth, you fuck. But I don't know. I don't see this Batman
Or dawn
being-
is breaking or some shit.
I mean,
But here's,
but Quinn, you were about to
funny
say
enough,
something.
Funny enough, in my like one of the rebuttals I did for my post, one person, I actually had comment answers of, Batman doesn't sparkle. I say Adam West did.
Bruh. They even dusted people before Thanos. Fucking had the rainbow dust.
You guys have no argument. That's
Y'all
all I
don't
was
know.
trying to tell them.
But it's like, oh, well, he was in Twilight. It's like Heath Ledger was in fucking Knight's Tale and 10 Things I Hate About You and all these other movies that nobody else watched except like me, I guess, apparently.
A Knight's Tale is a great movie. You get
I
to
love
see the
Knight's
Joker
Tale.
and Jarvis together. Come on.
Oh, 10 Things I Hate About You is still one of like my top like 20 favorite films ever.
But for them to say that, like, because of this movie, like, fucking, what was the one dude that was like friends with Heath Ledger,
Jake
Jake
Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal. Yeah, like,
that a fucking asshat.
Thank you. I'm like,
Fucking Mysterio.
like you don't hear people say
Mysterio,
shit
no.
about that, but he's been in a lot of bad movies.
Yeah, because Donnie Darko's awesome. Fuck off.
Hey, fuck you. Donnie
Shut
Darko
You
led-
do not like that. You don't like that movie. You're just saying
No,
you like that movie.
I don't
just
like Donnie
everybody
Darko.
else.
I have it. It's a cool movie. I like the thing that we got from Donnie Darko, which starred The Rock and stuff. I forget what it's called now. Shit.
What?
I'm gonna look it up because it's a good movie and everybody needs to watch it. But it's made by the same guys who did Donnie Darko. Where the fuck are you at? It was back in like before film school.
No, I guess my last thing for Robert is like it'll be fine. It'll be fucking fine. As long as the writing is good, no one's gonna care.
Yeah.
Nobody. If it sucks just as bad as fucking Aquaman, and really, I would really like to just take a survey of what kind of SJW shit's gonna go into this movie.
Right.
Because I haven't seen anything about the females they're gonna cast in this, because you know that shit's gonna happen, and you know, I don't
know. I don't know. Matt Reeves is like really, it's
movie
Warner
can go
Brothers,
under the
dude,
radar.
not Disney. It's
We'll see what happens, man. I really want it to be good, because then you got James Gunn doing fucking Suicide Squad, which I'm fucking all about right now. Like fucking, I
think
dude,
that's
this could
one
be
of
a
the-
good move for. And I think Endgame was a fucking shit ending to this phase, and you have two shitty superheroes about to headline the next phase. Dude, this is the quintessential time for DC to make a fucking comeback. Like right now.
Well, it all started with Shazam, if you kind of think about it.
Yeah.
Shazam was fucking brilliant, dude.
I still have not seen it. Shit.
Because you're stupid. That movie is fucking tailor-made for you, Michael. That movie is fucking brilliant. That movie is fucking brilliant, dude. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought it was gonna be rough. I really thought it was gonna be kind of hokey and too much because of the because Zachary Levi kind of looks like an asshole in the costume, like they look like the fake muscles and shit. But because of the aesthetic that they put forth right at the beginning of the movie, I'm fucking in, dude. It's so cartoony, but it's fun and it lived really well. It just knew what it was, and Megan Good is fucking hot as shit. Yes.
And the best part was they didn't connect it to anything.
Nothing
at all.
And I loved the fuck you that they did to the Superman at the end. I fucking loved it. That felt like them going, suck it, studio execs.
So,
like we put Superman in, but we didn't. If that makes sense, I fucking loved it.
Just fun. Those
I loved it. I fucking loved it. That movie's so brilliant. I want to do a pitch piece for the second Shazam movie.
All right.
And it's from an episode of, I think it was Young Justice, the cartoon. Fucking great show. There's an episode because everybody knows that Billy Batson's a kid. It's fucking spoiler, I guess. I don't know.
It's
so
in the
Billy
trailer.
Batson's a kid, and in the episode it's Halloween, and all the adults are turned into children.
Right.
But Shazam gets to stay human because he's already a kid and his powers allow him to stay adult.
Yeah.
I want them to do a sequel where that happens, where it's just him being able to be him and he's like, what is happening? And I want it to be and I want it to drop on Halloween. Because nobody ever drops they only drop horror movies on Halloween. And I'm not a big horror guy because I'm such a gigantic pussy. I would love a fun movie that I could go see.
It's amazing that you're confessing this on the show.
Dude. I watched it, dude. I'm squirming like a bitch. I can't wait to see the second one where I'll just sit there and cry because my girlfriend's all about like sci-fi B movies and scare your fucking pants off movies.
I wish I could do like a full-fledged like cast with you on horror movies, but I'm not sure what all you would say.
I told Hannah I will do a movie. I would love to do like live commentary or whatever with a movie, like a horror movie, but we'd have to do face cam because I guarantee you I'd fucking like fall out of my chair. I'm such a pussy.
Hey, it's like now we're talking about like movies that we don't like. I'm gonna have to confess something to Michael, especially for asking for forgiveness because I made.
Forgive me, Michael, for I have sinned.
Right. It's like I have to apologize.
You saw Aladdin, didn't you?
Shit about no.
Okay.
No. do. But anyway,
I'm gonna hang up right now.
I want to apologize. Years ago, when I said B movies are shit.
Yeah.
Like because I finally got to watch the original, The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Yeah.
Okay. The original, not the Keanu Reeves one.
Not Keanu Reeves. The
God,
original.
Okay.
I mean, Keanu's cool.
I mean, I wouldn't consider the original a B movie though for when it came out. I mean,
I mean,
well,
like,
it is for our standards, Michael.
okay.
yeah,
Well,
that's what I'm
fuck
saying.
your guys' standard.
And when I was watching it, I was like, I fucked up.
B movies are fun.
That my moment of
Now-
silence, it was like, I gotta write this letter to Michael. I am so sorry. Please forgive me. I will give you head whatever to give it.
Dude.
Okay, so what changed? What's your mindset? Why do you think they're better now?
Back then, I wasn't at all convinced. Where they use like the cheaper special effects.
Mhm.
Where I was more into the AAA shit because my brother and I are big horror movie buffs. Where I like Friday the 13th while he loved A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
We go into this big climatic clash of which movie is better.
They're both
every time we have the lunchroom argument.
God, they're so different though.
They're both good
so
franchises
different.
though too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
One's campy and one's a little more serious. But I mean, Friday the 13th went into the campiness.
right.
But I mean, you got to remember, like, I don't know. We've had this talk about Nightmare too.
Where A Nightmare on Elm Street, there's a lot of psychological differences there. Like you can literally go get a DSM book.
DSM. Explain that.
DSM is more of a medical like description book for different illnesses in mental health, basically.
Okay.
And so it's a really, really big list. That's where the World Health Organization will actually tell you what different diagnoses are.
Oh, here, one sec. It is Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. Okay, so that's what that is. So it's okay.
That's basically what it is. So, like, especially for being the consumer of mental health, ever since I was 11 years old, like, I got to know, like, the different illnesses and where A Nightmare on Elm Street literally digs in, like, what exactly goes on, like, throughout the series.
Yeah, they do.
It was time where Friday the 13th is like, fuck you, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, Friday with those two franchises in general, like Friday the 13th was your traditional slasher flick. And then Nightmare on Elm Street came out after Friday the 13th and was like, we're a slasher flick, but we're also like a fucking, like we're gonna twist it a little bit. Because
a little bit of campy.
Yeah. Well, no, the first one was not campy at all. The first one was
I don't know.
it was not. Go back and watch the first one. Then the second one
I did watch the first one.
The second one came out and the second one just kind of like flatlined it because it was stupid. It was like a possession type thing where Freddy actually came into the real world deal with that one, which was horrible, and you didn't really see Freddy. It was just all stupid shit. And then 3 came out, and then you really got your campiness with 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8.
What was the one where the guy got like because this is the one I remember the most. It was like the one where the kid had like the giant Q-tip that killed him, and then like somebody, and then he like fell from like a dream and like
I
on a
believe
bed of
that's
spikes.
Freddy's dead.
It's like 5 or 6 or something. It was up there in the weird numbers. Shit got weird, but
It might have been a Dream Warriors one.
It's funny because I would say, Quinn, you could probably, I imagine you would probably be able to, because I'm assuming you saw pretty much all of these.
Yeah.
Michael and I always have a conversation about I hate fucking meme culture and like a lot of things like jokes that overly date your movie. I hate shit like that. I think it's lazy writing. And it's a disservice to your franchise or whatever story you're trying to tell because it's not going to surpass very long.
Right.
It's funny that we got to this because I think like Freddy, Jason, and who's the third guy? Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Michael Myers is another straight slasher one too.
I'm gonna wait till he comes back.
Yeah,
because
man.
I think I'm gonna use his opinion. But
as far as like you were talking about Nightmare on Elm Street Q-tip scene.
Yeah, sure.
Scene.
Because I also remember the one that
Okay.
the vivid kill that really stuck with me was like the kid with the parachute who like fell and then he like fell in a fucking bed of spikes and then like the holes were in him in the real world. That was fucked up. That fucked my brain up real good.
I think that scene was 3, but don't quote me.
It might have been.
I am looking
Because they were both in the same movie. The Q-tip and the bed of spikes was in the same thing. Because I remember it happened like in a van. It was fucking. It really stuck with me. That shit was weird. But I was thinking, Michael Myers, Jason, and Freddy are like a very good example of what I'm talking about. It's like you can use topical shit if it works for your story versus if it doesn't. Freddy can do meme culture and shit like that because I would argue Freddy Krueger is the Deadpool of horror movies. He goes into your psychosis. He uses things that you think about. He uses the culture to manipulate you and fuck with you. Michael and Jason are just fucking dipshits with weapons who kill you.
Well, see,
like, that's
with
what that is.
with Michael
So that's
though,
why I think
with
meme
Mike
culture will work
Myers,
with Freddy.
Michael Myers, sorry, not Mike Myers, the actor. Michael Myers, the serial killer.
Baby.
Well, slasher killer. With him, those movies are all revolved around like a specific storyline. At least they were at first with him and his sister. There was an actual story plot line there. He was a fucking psycho, and he killed his family, and then he didn't get his sister, so he was always trying to connect and stuff.
I'm not talking about plot lines or story.
Right,
I'm
but,
talking
like,
literally just the idea of using the writing style of using meme popular culture.
In
your
the
movies.
Halloween
That
movies,
Freddy-
they never did that until like H2O, I think, was the first one they started doing
Which is
meme
when
shit.
you started to see Busta Rhymes
Yeah.
fucking ruin a
Yeah.
franchise.
Oh, that don't be so fucking hard. That was resurrected.
Oh well, yeah, fuck, it was. That was like the live
Just
cam.
because
like,
you have
fucking-
bars like Michael Myers, that doesn't mean you have a killer instinct like one. Jesus fucking Christ!
It's so brutal. But like, no, I guess we got on a tangent like we normally do. But like, I think I don't particularly like B movies. I'm not a big B movie buff. My girlfriend, on the other hand, she fucking lives for that shit, dude. Like the new sci-fi or sci-fi or movie of the week, she loves that shit. Fucking loves it. We'll eat it up. Me, it's torture. It's literally, not only am I watching like a shitty campy story, but I'm also watching like, it's almost like they're deliberately doing every bad edit or lighting mistake or continuity mistake that they possibly can to fuck with me. But at the same time, I watch those with her. It makes me appreciate a good movie so much better. So I think a B movie being out there for the sheer just schlocky entertainment of it, I think it is beneficial. I really do. I think it gives people perspective. And it's a good litmus test because if people are like, this is on the same level as this, it's like,
Well, one thing I've always got from B movies though, and this was something I believe it was Bruce Campbell even said it, like B movies, he always thought it was like bad movies, but honestly with B movies you gotta be more creative because you're not getting these big budgets.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Well, no,
Okay,
creative
it would be
in I want to say
movie.
creative as in the story like the movie making, not necessarily the story, but making the movie. You gotta be a little more creative. So I always give it up to people. If I see a B movie and there's stuff in there that I'm like, I could see this, like you said, in a big movie. That's pretty cool.
Right.
But I feel like you're talking about two different things though. A B movie is Transformers came out.
Right.
And then Transmorphers came out.
No, see, when I talk
Transmorphers is the B movie.
No, I would say
coming out and not having a budget doesn't make it a B movie. It makes it a shit.
I would say Transmorphers is like on the C grade because I've seen that movie and it is not a B movie.
But now you're putting subjective. I'm talking about just the sheer technical idea.
Right.
Of there is the bullshit. There is The Meg came out with Jason Statham, which I just say is a B movie with a budget.
Right.
And then the Mega Shark versus Octopus comes out. That's a B movie.
Right. All your sci-fi movies are B movies. Like those are your B sci-fi movies. But when I think of
don't do that because again, George R.R. Martin worked on one that looks pretty good and Andromeda is not terrible and
No, I said sci-fi movies, like the made-for-TV movies for sci-fi. You come on. Even Sharknado is a fucking sci-fi movie. No matter how many of them they did.
That movie was making itself like that movie's self-aware though. That is another different thing.
Dude, watch
Sharknado knows what we're doing.
Watch every single Sharknado movie and like really just like don't be superficial about it when you're watching them, but watch every single one. And I guarantee you, if you get into those characters, you will cry in the last fucking one.
You're so gay. No,
it was so sad. It's like everything I spent the last few years for was for nothing because it's like they did time travel, and I was like, you fuckers ruined the last few years of my life by just changing everything up with time travel.
This guy is like, I cried at fucking Sharknado 5. But he's never seen Lord of the Rings.
It was like Sharknado 6, I think, dude.
Like, what are you doing? You went to fucking film school. You should have your film school card, like, removed. Like, there are very few things where I'm, like, literally, like, if you're going to be the pretentious guy who goes to fucking film school and wants to make it and be amazing. I say this as a guy who literally
did the thing.
Went to film school with him. You have to see the original 3 Star Wars. You have to see the original 3 Lord of the Rings. Because I would argue that was the pinnacle, the peak of movie making.
I will say
Regardless
this.
of whether
I will
or
say
not
this.
you like them, whether or not you actually like them is irrelevant. They are the peak.
I don't need to see them, though. I have no interest in seeing them. I saw the Lord of the Rings cartoon movie from the 80s or whatever.
You should see it on a technical aspect. Not having Lord of the Rings in your barometer of what you compare shit to.
That's if you are setting your sights.
You would watch the Shannara Chronicles on MTV before you watched one of the most prolific trilogies ever made.
I did not watch it on MTV. Absurd, I watched it on Netflix.
Quinn, I am doing this finally. I've been wanting to yell at him for so fucking long for this because I have another person here. I need to know if I'm insane.
Q.
Fucking Lord of the Rings is the pinnacle of filmmaking, dude. The costumes are incredible. The casting's insane. The soundtrack is amazing. And it's the perfect balance of CGI and model making. It's insane. You're insane. You're a crazy person. Michael, you're a crazy person. I feel like Michael's muted.
No, I'm just not talking. I'm just making the gesture to you.
I want to die. I want to die.
So, with that being said, no one should go watch Lord of the Rings now because John likes it.
I hate you. I fucking hate you.
Q, go ahead.
Watching the BBC version of Chronicles of Narnia.
The what?
Wait, what? I don't know if I ever saw the BBC one. I always saw the movies. I hated the movies. I really didn't like the movies. I really love the old Narnia cartoons, like those old, like weird, like Redwall looking cartoons. I love those.
I didn't watch any of those, but we had all the books. Like
the books are great, but
those little dinky.
The thing with C.S. Lewis is he's very religious, and he tends to put that ideological spin on his stuff in a very ham-fisted way, kind of like how Zack Snyder wants to make apparently Aquaman and Superman Jesus. Apparently, I don't know, kind of like that. But at least like Aslan was actually written to be Jesus, so when they do that fucking, imagery, it kind of makes sense. That movie just sucks. It's not great. It looks like the Golden Compass. Like,
dude, the Golden Compass
way better.
pissed me off.
Fuck all y'all. Golden Compass is great.
It is a good
looks
movie,
bad, but it is great.
No,
that movie is good.
The Golden Compass is a good
polar
movie,
bears.
so much so that I've watched it twice, and every time I watch it, because it's a good movie, but I try not to watch it because I know there's no like sequel to it because of the fucking Catholic Church. Like complained so much that they decided not to make another one.
You latch on to the weirdest stuff, Michael. It's insane. I didn't see Golden. I saw Golden Compass, but but I never saw Lord of the Rings.
The sad
they
thing
won
with
Oscars,
Lord of the
and
Rings
everybody
is I
talks
have
about
the
it. You
entire
fucking
trilogy
asshole.
right here
I
behind me.
fucking hate you, Michael. I fucking hate you.
You're not the only person that. Quinn, he's not the only person that has tried to get me to watch Lord of the Rings. Even Nick thinks that it's weird that I have not watched Lord of the Rings
It
yet.
is weird. It's actually kind of stupid, and it kind of invalidates a lot of your arguments because it literally is considered one of the biggest franchises
But it's just not something that's
made,
like my style, though. Like, I don't.
But it doesn't matter. It's called research, you pussy.
I don't want that kind of
fucking
research.
learn
That's not
something.
the type of
I don't
content
like math,
I'm trying
but I
to
need
create.
learn-
I
need
am
to
not
read a
trying to
book.
create a Lord of the Rings type of content. I'm not trying to create that
Quinn,
bullshit.
I'm gonna kill him.
Well,
Quinn,
I
I'm
want to
gonna die.
create something fun and
Quinn, help
cheesy.
me.
I don't
Quinn,
give a shit about all that
help me.
stuff.
Right. And you know what?
Go on,
I'll be
Quinn.
honest.
Help
I
me.
haven't. I gotta be honest. Your brother Brian, my BFF, my heterosexual waifu.
Ooh, shout out to
We,
Brian.
I told him
I have
that
I have a
never-
body pillow of him.
I
He's
told-
fantastic.
I told him this. I never watched the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoons.
Okay.
And
you're the same age
and,
group
you know,
as me, so
I
that's
grew up with the, and I grew up with the movies,
Right.
Because
The live action '90s movies.
yeah.
Now,
Fucking
did you
brilliant.
watch the live action TV show The Next Mutation then, or no?
Oh, sure. Oh, okay. I'll get to that in a second.
When
But,
they did the crossover with the fucking Space Rangers.
Yeah. All right, go on.
All right, hold on. All right, so with that, like, I'll even show it on here on Skype. He got me the entire 10 volumes of the original saga. So
Yeah.
I'm actually on the verge of watching that. It's actually been pretty damn fun.
Wait,
watching them
so
all.
Brian-
I'm on volume.
They're not like amazing. But
No.
goddamn, dude, they are the pinnacle of like fucking animation. Though. Like,
no,
Now, when you're watching it,
no, but the dialogue and how they treat the whole action is almost as hyper realistic.
yeah.
it's
I mean,
super fun.
When
it's, like,
when you
fun.
get to a certain, I think it's like season 2, they switch up the animation a little bit. They switched it
Because
up.
they got money.
No, well, they switched it up as soon as the movie came out to make the show like seem a little darker tone, even though like for them it wasn't darker to us
Yeah.
these days.
No.
But it was like the animation changed up a little bit, and like the Donatello skin got darker and shit.
It's as campy as they treated the first volume.
Yeah.
It's a Saturday morning cartoon. It's like, look at the shit it
I
came
will
from.
say
like, fucking
this, though.
She-Ra, He-Man,
When-
fucking Transformers, fucking Darkwing Duck and shit was on at that time.
Hey.
It's like
Hey.
that shit fit.
Hey.
That shit fit
Hey,
perfect.
If Disney wants to remake some animation, they should do Darkwing Duck live action.
No, please
Yes.
don't touch my.
They could do it.
No, just
they could do a
no,
badass
just
Darkwing Duck
re-release.
and then mix in
No,
fucking Howard the Duck
fucking
into
just
there.
re-release-
Oh, that would be
re-release the
awesome,
series.
glorious.
No, just
Disney,
re-release the series.
Disney, make my
Don't
shit, and
redo
I will
it.
give you all the money you want for Captain
They-
Marvel and Aladdin and all that.
They
Just
did
make
get
that
lucky.
for me.
They did get lucky with DuckTales. The casting
The
on that is
remake
pretty
of the
solid.
cartoon?
The new DuckTales is really good.
Yeah.
I will keep saying
You know,
that shit is
I
awesome.
have not had a chance to watch the new DuckTales. but
It's
I
good.
Really.
If you like
really-
Doctor Who, David Tennant is Scrooge McDuck.
hey,
and
Q.
he's fucking brilliant.
Q.
He's fucking brilliant.
As a matter of fact, like I just recently got done watching Good Omens with David Tennant because
that
Good
good?
Omens. Good
Is that
Omens
good?
is actually my favorite Neil Gaiman book.
Really, I've never seen the book. I haven't seen the book. God damn it. Read the book.
You guys would enjoy the fucking book. Just,
Is it good?
Yeah, it is really damn good.
Now,
because,
see, with me, I always watch the show first and then go to the book.
Yeah.
Never read the book first. Never do that. Never do that.
Well, I mean, I grew up with the book, you know, and
No, I'm saying as a guy who's gonna come into it, because I like David Tennant, I like Seven Peg.
Like, if you watch TV, don't read the book.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I want to watch, like, okay, Game of Thrones, great. Sorry to bring it up again. Game of Thrones, I'm watching the show. It's fucking so fucking good, and then the last like 3 seasons suck all of the dicks. But I couldn't imagine if I'd have read and listened to all the books and then gone into the show. It's like, I have the show, now I get to go to the books and find all this different stuff that I didn't know about, and it makes it better. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's so cool. I love this and I love that. There's nothing worse than reading a book and then going in, it's like, oh, they didn't do this and they didn't do... Like, I couldn't imagine what... I've heard Harry Potter does it pretty well, but, like, I couldn't imagine reading all of those books.
That's where you get
the show.
That's where you get the stupid attitudes, like, from all the comic book fans out there. Like, I've read tons of comics, but I can get past that part.
Oh, and they can fuck off with that, because that's not the same thing. A series of 8 books is not the same thing as 3,500 different runs of the same fucking character written by 900,000 other people, animated 900 different times.
Kind of goes back to the next mutation context that Myke was just about to speak on. Well, like some of the it's just kind of shits out some of the
before you go too much
let
on
him
that.
Finish, Michael.
Well,
let him finish.
Like,
why is he holding down the Dark Man? Don't take that, dude. You've been oppressed for way too long.
All right,
Quinn, don't let him fucking oppress you on this, okay? He will.
Oh, don't start your
Does it
shit,
to me,
dude.
and I'm a white man.
All right, I'm texting John some Captain Marvel pictures now.
Oh, now he's gonna cry. No,
go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Q. Just finish up. I'll remember what I'm gonna say. So,
yeah. Right. But going on, like, it kind of goes back to the point of like, well, this take drink, by the way. This kind of goes back to the next mutation where things just got easily retconned only because of one simple change. And not saying Venus, I believe that's the girl's name on that show.
Yeah.
I mean, was kind of more flat than my face in the morning in bed.
You stupid.
But but with Venus, like, I mean, she was an okay character to me. She was okay. Yeah. I just didn't like how they exaggerated her.
Venus de Milo. She's a very hard action figure to find too. Still sealed.
Thank you, Michael. God damn it.
But honestly, if they actually spent a lot better time trying to flesh her out as much as they did the rest of the 4, and Splinter and etc., I think they would have had a solid show. But it just didn't sell me because, like during that time, we had VR Troopers, Beetleborgs, Goosebumps,
and you had Space Rangers,
fucking Jay Leno and fucking Beetleborgs.
Beetleborgs. I fucking love that show.
Oh yeah, was that him as Flabber?
No,
like,
no.
I always say that they had to have obviously made that fucking character look like Jay Leno just to be an asshole.
Dude, when I was a kid, I thought it was Jay Leno. I'll tell you that.
I thought so too. It looked just like him.
We all agree with this, right?
Dude, and VR Troopers, talk about one of the most underrated shows. And also, do you remember Cyber Samurai?
Yeah.
Nobody fucking remembers that shit.
I remember Mass Rider.
Dude, Mass Rider was
Cyber
good.
Samurai and fucking... Oh, fucking yes! Mass Rider, dude!
But no, VR Troopers...
He was in that crossover, too! That shit was awesome!
I will always say VR Troopers was, like, the story that they had going throughout that whole arc, the whole story arc in that series... That shit was way before its time for the kids of that generation, like of our generation at that time. Like I could legit go back and rewatch all of the VR Trooper shit and like still be entertained and probably find more deeper meaning in it now as an adult than as I was when I was like what, fucking 10 or 12 or 8 or whatever we were at that age,
Rough that.
Because I was like, what, 93, 94 maybe? Or no, maybe 96.
I remember Mortal Kombat 2 coming out in 93, and VR Troopers was just about to start up.
So, yeah, 94. And they ended...
little after Power Rangers.
Yeah, so 94, and they ended in 96. So we were 10 when that... Well, I was 10. No, I wasn't even... How old was I? 8. I was 8 when that started. So yeah, like the meaning behind that show too, like him and his dad. Oh my God, like the whole storyline they had with his dad and stuff. That was just brilliant.
They focus too much on the real on that.
But as far as like Next Mutation goes, like we'll wait for John to get back here because he went to the potty break.
Like I said, like if they built more of a stronger like I said two arc with Venus along with the rest of them, it would have been a better show.
Well, they did like I have the two box set thing of like the entire series of that on DVD, and they actually do have a little bit like extra episodes that they never aired. That go into a little bit, but like the most that they really did was just like her light background. Oh, she's from Japan. Oh, she's trained by this person. Oh, this, and this.
And she got sent through some fucking portal. Was she from the future?
No.
Or from like a dimension?
No.
Or what is she
no.
from?
She's just she was made when the turtles were made. But somehow she got to fucking
No, but in
Japan.
the show they got her to New York, but they sent her through some like, mystical portal.
No,
or
she
some shit.
she just traveled there, like through boat or some shit.
I'm about to YouTube so hard right now.
She has mystic powers that she can do that shit with, but she like came into New York just off of boat or something. Fresh off the boat.
Honestly, if they did that, it would have made more sense if how they did Karai with the 2000s turtles.
Mm-hmm.
If they went on the Paradise of stealing.
I have been waiting for Venus to show up in the cartoons. Damn it, because like it would be perfect marketing too.
God, and their suits look like the old movies, and like the set looks better than anything. This looks better than the fucking Michael Bay movies.
Here's the thing, okay?
Like,
the set that they're on. This is why I love the show.
Venus is hot. I love how they like took her mask and looked like they braided her hair around it because it's like, yo, I'm a chick. I braid stuff.
This is why I like the show because of the fact that they kind of continued from the movies just with the live action show. Because they don't use Shredder as the villain, they use the dragon, Lord Draco or something. I don't know. That's Power Rangers, but still, like.
And that's going back to my point, somewhat, because like let's say, if they did how they did Karai on the 2000s Turtles, it would have made a lot more sense.
Right.
She was trained by the foot, especially learning the mystic powers in Japan, and flew right back to New York to try to find the turtles.
Right. But
talk about if you made a fucking Turtles movie now, if you needed to do that female empowerment
right,
shit,
that's why I'm saying, why
Karai
haven't
would
they
be
done
a
that?
fucking great villain. And Kelly Hu is still young enough, like fucking just let her be the villain. Kelly Hu is hot. I love you. And she voiced Karai
dude,
in the last animated thing.
Not only that,
I was speaking of her.
They also need.
You remember Kelly Hu? She's from fucking like Scorpion King.
Yeah.
She was the fucking hot chick in Kelly. It's fucking so hot.
Well, they had Karai. They put Karai in the new movies, didn't they?
Nobody cares about that. Only you care about those Michael Bay movies, Michael. God damn it, those movies suck.
Turtleverse, bro. Turtleverse. It's all canon.
I'm gonna kill you with this fucking multiverse shit. I don't care. That's why Marvel's fucking dead, dude. And Marvel knows it. They know it.
So no,
Spider-Man could be okay.
Here,
Doctor Strange, I'm like really looking forward to seeing how they try to dig themselves out into another story.
Yeah.
He beat Dormammu. Dormammu's his fucking dude. Like he fucking made him
they're
look
gonna
like a
do
joke.
his like buddy guy from the first movie is gonna be his villain.
Oh yeah, so he's gonna fight the Black Men after he defeats Dormammu. That seems like a great.
He doesn't have the time stone no more,
me?
So I mean.
And it's like that guy and Chawai Zitel or whatever, I think he's voicing Scar or some shit in fucking.
Hey, stop!
He was better in Serenity.
Stop.
When he had the fucking sword.
Stop.
He was much better in Serenity.
I got a couple more things to say. Just shut the fuck up, John. Shut your goddamn rooster teeth mouth.
I'm saying something? What am I saying?
Actually, speaking of Scar, I'm just going to go out of pocket for a second. So, speaking of Scar, did you guys read the report about the new version of Pumba? Everybody started to have a freaking complaint about because it's a real.
It looks like a nightmare fuel.
Oh yeah, for Pumbaa.
Yeah, what the fuck? What do you think this movie was?
When you say live action animals, what do you think? Like, the only reason the cartoon wasn't like that was because it was a cartoon. It was supposed to be cute and fun.
When he was a warthog, like
Dude, and I think the casting's great. Seth Rogen as Puma makes sense. Billy Eichner's gonna be fine, but again, that's where I'm like, why didn't you just get the original actors again? It's fucking stupid.
I mean, they got freaking Mufasa to come back. Why not?
But before we leave, Turtles.
Before we leave
Batman,
Turtles, I want no. We've
been talking about. No, fuck you.
Fuck
Michael.
off. No.
Last night I
real
watched
quick,
a movie.
Quinn.
I watched a movie called.
Nope. I'm muting him.
Batman versus.
So
Teenage
everybody,
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
this is.
It was an animated film.
So you watched it?
Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
You said you watched it?
I watched it last night.
It's on Showbox.
I watched it last night.
Yeah. I'm buying it on Blu-ray,
trash.
So I haven't watched it yet.
That movie is straight fucking trash, bro. It's trash.
Don't ruin it.
You want me to skip it?
No.
No. Watch it. It's so fucking bad, dude. It's so fucking bad. Like, it's fan service up the dick. It's got
the stupid
everything.
jokes.
I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. But it has literally almost every villain that you can find.
Yeah, well, they show that in the trailer and stuff for it, so.
No.
No, they do more villains than that?
No. Oh, yeah.
You would think they would learn their lesson from the Justice League of overpackaging.
Well, no,
things,
they did it in the Turtles Forever movie that Nickelodeon did when they first grabbed the franchise up. They did the same thing. They overpacked it with like a massive ton of villains. But again, they did that one in a decent way.
I imagine your kids have seen some pretty gory stuff from time to time, Michael.
I mean, they don't watch.
So it should be fine. It should be fine. This movie is completely tone deaf. I cannot figure out who it's for. The cartooniness of it is like literally the dialogue is written for 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
But then people are being decapitated.
What's the rating on this? Isn't it like PG-13?
It's PG-13.
Okay.
But I would say PG-13, that's fine. But the way that they try to convey a lot of the violence, it's R. It's a hard R.
So is it kind of like on the same level, like violence-wise, as like a Killing Joke, or no? Just with different animation, of course.
Violence of Killing Joke with the animation of like the first season of Avatar Airbender.
Okay.
There's literally a scene where Shredder. I'm gonna spoil this part just because it's fucking dumb and has no context. Where Shredder is fighting someone, and he does like this Avatar Airbender move. And like the background goes black and like a cool like lit up image.
It's like
and he's like whoop 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 Hadouken, and he like fucking Hadoukens the dude. And I go, what? When did Shredder do this?
Right.
I don't know what's happening. And the movie's horseshit, dude. It's fucking garbage. And like it's like they took somebody who listened to a story about what these characters do, and then they wrote it. It's like the dialogue. It's like for the dialogue for the Turtles, it's like Mikey says funny things. He's apparently a 3-year-old. Leonardo is brooding. Raphael's kind of a dick. I want to die. It was so bad. It was so fucking bad, dude. I'm just like, and on a technical aspect of it, the audio is garbage. It's like, you can just hear the voice actors and whatever sound effect is happening.
Is there any good Foley or anything, or no?
There's no ambience or nothing. It's just straight up hardcore sound effects, voice acting, and then literally every time someone enters a scene, there's a music cue. It's like they hit the window. See, like Leonardo jumps through a window and it's like dum 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 dum, and then Mikey comes through and it's like da da da, and then like Donatello comes through. It's like da da da. It's like I'm gonna die.
I mean,
I'm gonna die
with the turtle aspect of it. I can understand, but I feel that they should have probably gone like more retro turtles from like the back in the day comics.
Turtles
if they're
just
gonna
break
go
into the
violent,
Batcave.
They should go to when the turtles killed people.
Turtles just show up in the Batcave. Just show up.
Are we talking like the comic book version?
Yeah, that's how I feel that they should have went with it, but clearly it sounds like they didn't. But
It's so
before
bad.
Archie Comics Turtles, like when Turtles was by itself without Archie Comics, that's probably how they should have guided the turtles in there.
Well, and the worst part is like the intro, like the credit, the opening credit scene after like a scene happens or whatever. I don't even remember half the movie because it sucked. They did black and white and like did these like it looked very Sin City.
Okay.
Like super Sin City.
Yeah.
So different.
Just for the opening credit scene. But they put like some weird ass like rock music on it, and I'm telling you, dude, this movie, the tone is everywhere. It's just like the violence is for like a 16-year-old plus, and all the jokes and dialogues are for like 5-year-olds and parents that can't read above a 5-year-old level. Like it's so fucking, and I wouldn't be so pissed off, but like I got fucking played. Like all of the advertisement and the clips they put out, I'm like, this actually looks kind of fun. This looks cool. I want to see this. And then I go, I fucking hate this. Batgirl's in it too. I don't know why. Damian Wayne is in it. That's cool. You remember how like the cartoon movies lately have made Damian Wayne kind of a psychopath?
Yeah.
Who just murders people? Yeah, good luck with all that.
Which, can we talk about
say,
Damian Wayne? Like, so well, first let me say something on Ninja Turtles, real quick, because like I have a soft spot for the Turtles just because I grew up with it. But I mean, I can still critique it. Like next mutation, like we were talking about, it's not the best thing, but it has some cool spots in it. It brought in different things into the franchise. And what I really dug
I would buy
about,
that DVD. I would buy that DVD today.
I have
if
them.
could find
I
it.
have them. And you can get them on Amazon for cheaper than you can.
I'm
in the
just
store.
saying that's good shit.
But
That's
like
good
I think the fact that they use the same layer in the next mutation from the fucking movie when they go in.
Yes.
Is it the second or third one?
From
I think it's the second
season 2 or movie 2, Secret of the Ooze.
Secret of the Ooze.
They use the same train station and everything, which is awesome. That they like kind of just like, oh yeah. I mean, granted it's campy and stuff, but it was also shot up in Canada where they were like just trying to utilize whatever they could.
But it has subtle like movie-esque like ability, but it's a Saturday morning cartoon essentially.
Right.
Like it looked fucking great.
And the thing was
they
with
had
that is, like,
animatronics on their face, dude. Like
that show
Power Rangers just wear a fucking helmet.
That
Like,
show
come on.
mixed. It's funny because if you watch all of those episodes and like pay attention, it mixes the like 90s cartoon and the 90s movies like storylines and mashes them into that right there. It's kind of cool in its own way. But with that being said, I will have to watch this Batman versus Ninja Turtles or Ninja Turtles versus Batman, whatever it's called, whatever order they put it in, because if it's bad to me, like you said, John, this might be the first review I do where I'm honest, because I do have such a love for the Ninja Turtle franchise.
I did a 2-page review on IMDb. I hated it so much.
Yeah, did you finish it though, or you said you didn't finish it?
No, I finished it.
Okay. Oh, it just took
I
you
was
two times to do it.
I was finishing it up right before you guys called me.
Okay.
I was fucking annoyed.
And with
I
that
was
being
fucking
said, I just have
But watch it. I mean, because I tend to over scrutinize things, but at the same time, it was one of those deals where it was like, it was like nostalgia the movie. It was like it threw every character it could. It even uses they even use like 90s backdrops from the Batman 90s animated series.
right.
So I'm like, oh shit, the animation's gonna actually be kind of decent. And then it was kind of not decent. And then I was sad. And then I go, oh no. Thank you for that audio, Spike, you dick.
All right. Don't want to have to pay any royalties on that shit.
But yeah, if you guys are gonna watch it, I just try not to pay for it.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's not great. I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Going back to the turtles, before we move on to the next subject, but
I was gonna go off of what John was saying.
The only prop I'm gonna give to the cartoon, as far as I hear it, James Avery, the Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, was Shredder. So God rest his soul, but he did an amazing job as a cartoon Shredder.
Mm. Okay.
No, those voice actors were fine. It was all good. And again, like, watching it now, you don't get the context of, like, this was on par for what was coming out at the time.
Right.
I'm critiquing this movie based on the things I've seen the last, like, year or two, and it sucks. So there's a difference between doing nostalgia correctly or, like...
I mean, we'll see.
Are you suggesting... are you suggesting that by watching this movie, just... Like what's most of the things that I have to watch out for? Because like when you were talking about with the audio, being all choppy as it is, it kind of went all the way back to our conversation about Black Panther. Because that's the one thing I loathed about the movie, how choppy the sound was. Because I went to see it in XD, and that's you get the superior sound. But when it comes down to most of the sound effects from the film, I mean, it looked like they just kind of topped it across each other and just moved on with it.
Yeah.
I would say it all feels cheap. It feels like they banked on nostalgia imagery and characters and references. There's no substance in this movie. There's no real plot.
Right.
Are we saying with a Marvel reference, visually Captain Marvel, audibly Black Panther?
Ooh, God, audibly B movie. It was just lazy. They didn't do anything. No, they didn't do anything. It was literally just you got your
Well, I think it has to do with also they really rushed this because they didn't work on it very
and it's
long.
apparent. It's apparent, dude. I would say they pumped this out in 6 months, tops.
If that, because I don't believe they even started talking about it until a few months ago, which means, they write the script, then they have to shoot everything. And the animation, I mean, I don't know how fast it takes for animating nowadays, but shit.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, it's like, I understand it's hard to gauge stuff because, like, Into the Spider-Verse is one of my favorite movies made lately.
So if you're comparing it to that, it's probably a really
But
low
I'm not
grade.
comparing it to that. I'm comparing it to things like that's the top tier bar. Like,
so if you're comparing it to something that it would probably be equal to
Batman
by Gaslight,
Doom.
Batman,
Doom,
Ninja.
I will always say Doom. I don't give a shit about Batman Ninja.
That's
just fun. Doom, yeah, Batman Doom. It's
I was about to say I thought you meant the freaking movie back in the 2000s. I was like, okay.
Oh God, with The Rock? No.
Yeah, like
all right, so
which they're also remaking. Oh my God.
I was gonna say something on when you were talking about Damian Wayne, as his son. Now, you guys have to help me because I wasn't a huge like Batman Beyond follower or anything. But didn't Batman Beyond end up turning in that Terry was like a clone of Bruce Wayne or his son in some way?
Clone.
A clone. Okay, so it was a clone of him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Damien's actually his son.
Damien's actually his blood son from
him and Talia.
And
Talia. And then he was raised by Raish in the League of Assassins.
Right.
And he's a fucking badass. He's murdered like dozens of people.
And now he became like his Robin or something, right?
So like his big character arc is Bruce trying to get him to not be a fucking psychopath. Like that's pretty much his arc. And
I mean, like in Arrow when they did the same thing.
And honestly, I think like they put it briefly on Injustice 2. How Damian Wayne really is, like in its own brief sense of how psychopathic he really.
And you're talking about the video game, right? Or in the comics or whatever. But at that point, he's a teen, even. Like, he's already kind of almost at, like, Nightwing age. But, like, in this, he's still a fucking kid. He's still, like, 13 or whatever. And he goes off against the Turtles. And given a lot of the imagery and bloodbath shit that's happened already in the movie, I'm like, Damien could straight up murder one of these fucking turtles for breaking into the Batcave. But it's like, I'm actually like, is Damien gonna murder someone? And then all of a sudden, no, we're just having fucking cartoony shit. This movie has no fucking self-awareness to what it's trying to do. It's literally trying to appeal to like kids who like the Turtles, and it's trying to appeal to like 30-year-olds who grew up with the Turtles and Batman. It's fucking insane. I hate it. It's fucking dumb. I hate it. I'm so mad. I don't want to talk about it anymore because I fucking hate it. It's so bad.
Okay.
I want you guys to watch it and let me know. I have to know.
I'll watch it and I'll let you know what I think. Maybe on the next cast or maybe in
fucking
a
text
YouTube
me
video
today if you guys get bored and watch it.
Yeah.
I just want to know. It's fucking brutal. I hated it.
And if everybody else wants to
surprise,
know,
I fucking hate everything.
If everyone out there wants to know my opinion on the movie faster, you can always go to facebook.com/Myke Shrews. Hey, plug time.
Selfish plug.
What was that, John? I didn't hear you.
I said a selfish plug. I love it.
What's the point of having a podcast if you can't plug yourself? Shit.
Real talk. I feel you.
Oh no, I never fingered in the middle of a conversation before, so that's beyond my control.
So now, QT Quin, now that I fucking stomped all over your last segue for the layman's, so you were saying something about an article of clothing you were wearing. We were about to move into another.
Wait, our article of clothing. Are we getting a strip show?
I actually wanted to talk to you guys about the Mortal Kombat 11 because like I'm a big fighting game buff.
Q, you have MK11, correct?
No, Brian does.
Brian does. Okay.
The kick ass.
Does he have it on PlayStation? Right? PS4.
Huh?
He has it on PS4 then.
Yes, PS4.
Okay.
So yeah, like it got done with the story. I got done with the trying to get through the freaking crypt.
Yeah.
Because that game is a motherfucker. Especially like going back to Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance when they introduced the crypt, where you got from AA to ZZ. So you got like hundreds and hundreds of freaking crypts that different coffins to freaking unlock.
Okay.
This game literally, it's a literally freaking what was it? It's like a dungeon crawler, if that makes sense.
And you're talking story mode style or?
No, the crypt.
Okay,
The crypt is more of a dungeon crawler.
Okay.
The difference is, it's not Diablo.
Right.
So spend a lot of time going through that and for like Lord knows how many hours because the last time I checked I didn't care. Let's see, and I just talked to you guys before the show started about the DLCs that's coming out, which Shane Tsung, who's played by Kerry Zagawa, which was Shane Tsung from the movie, aka John Tsunami's grandfather.
From
John,
which movie? Because didn't they change him?
Mahalo.
Or no, he was in the first one, right?
Yeah. But him, seeing Kerry with that freaking clean cut was weird. But
I believe he showed up for that reboot on YouTube too.
Yeah,
he showed up on Mortal Kombat Legacy. He played Shang Tsung on that when he met up with Liu Kang.
Yeah.
He also was one of the villains in the Mark Wahlberg's Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
So I was like, if anyone did his job, like. But moving on.
So what'd you think? I actually, I can't play a lot of those games because I tend to break a controller almost every time I play them. But I do the shitty thing where the guys take all of the cutscenes and all the endings and stuff, and I watch those like a movie. What'd you think? I mean, what'd you think of the story and all that?
I thought it was incredible.
I thought it was pretty cool.
All except, there has been some SJW contexts that's
well, and time travel, dude. They
on
did
the
time shit again,
throughout the story mode. I was fine with it because I would rather see like things in its whole change because Mortal Kombat is for the last plus 25 years is known to be known for their changes.
Yeah.
So that's why I was all for it. But the biggest gripe I had was when when the SJW was talking about Jax's arcade ending, which was talking about ending slavery. and everybody got mad at that. So why did he do that? I was like, all right, first of all, it's based on a timeline that he wants changed.
Yeah.
Not exactly what America thought.
Yep.
So yeah, him having that context going on, I thought it was pretty damn refreshing. I'm just not gonna follow the freaking where the buffalo roams for the fact of they talk about how racist it is, which is more these white people try to say white people.
Go on.
So
wait,
it's like,
what are they trying to say?
I mean, it's Jack's prerogative, and it's like why? Okay, so he goes and changes that aspect of time that he doesn't like. How's that any fucking different than somebody else going to Outworld and changing something there? It's just like the only reason why you're bitching about it is because you have actual personal context within this world. If anything, that should just make it more apparent to why he would do it. Like, it's so fucking dumb. It's like, of course, everybody's got a motivation, not because it's good or bad. It's what they wanted to do. That was the whole fucking point. My biggest gripe is Ronda Rousey's a fucking shitty voice actress and had no business being Sonya Blade. That was my fucking problem with the whole goddamn thing.
So, John, have you actually played the game or just no?
Yeah, go ahead.
John, have you played the game or no?
No, I watched all the cutscenes and the storyline and all that when it came out.
And you know, in my context, you know, in Rousey's defense, she's only good when she's talking calm. When she's pissed off, that's where things kind of go off the kilter.
Well,
I've also
you've
seen her in pro wrestling shit.
You've seen her in WWE. She doesn't really know how to throw a promo or anything like that. Like, unless The Rock is standing next to her, it's like, okay.
She lives off her name.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on. Yeah, but that's one of the gripes. The other one of, you know, like throwing the spoiler alert, like for anyone that doesn't play it, like Kitana becoming the new Khan in our world. So, I thought it was actually politically correct, but at the same point where people were complaining about, oh, they're doing that because she's a woman. No, actually, if you guys played the game, listen to the dialogue between her and Johnny Cage. Like, I love the idea. It's like, Johnny Cage is like, I can't wait to see this brand new Outworld. Because Katana replies, why? Because I'm a woman? And he's like, that and you're banging Liu Kang. Like, what gives a fuck if you're a woman? Like, you're just doing shit. Like,
right.
But yeah, like, I just kind of realized how hypersensitive this shit got. So, another gripe that I have about the game was the fact of how they switched up the clothes.
Okay.
Like, it's way too overclothed.
See, I haven't read or watched anything about it.
The character designs are boring. They're just boring.
Are they?
And yeah, and I agree. And one of the developers was talking about, hey, get this. I think this was probably the most hypocritical context comment I've heard. And when they replied, they say, well, it's not like you was going to the middle of a street fight wearing a bikini.
Now,
first of all, have you been on the beach? Like,
I'm looking at some of the stills, anyways, from the game right now.
Yeah.
The graphics don't look that very impressive.
They do look like they took a step back from the last two games, but
well, better having the freaking the freaking 3-inch skin, freaking dry skin on everybody's face on Mortal Kombat X. I mean, like, at least there's a step forward with that.
Like, I have Mortal Kombat XL, which is X just with all the DLC bullshit.
I just got Jason.
And yeah, and this looks like it's a step back from that. And then also for context too, Quinn. I don't know, John's gonna get mad when I say this, but I've been playing Injustice 2.
Oh, right.
A lot, and so like even the graphics from that seem a little better or comparable.
I would argue Injustice 2 is where they peaked. I thought they peaked there. I thought they looked good there.
Yeah, but even with Injustice 2, they have Mortal Kombat characters in that game, because you have Raiden and you have Sub-Zero.
Raiden with nipples.
I don't remember. Does he? I don't know.
No, his default design is him wearing this shirt, but you know, this over shoulder, but you just see the freaking chest. The guy underlies, like, I thought the design was weird.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, but I I was okay with Injustice 2's graphics because they were actually trying to evolve with some of their designs.
Like
but when they did it with 11, it just it didn't go well.
Right. Like even the with Injustice 2, like you have the multiverse thing that you can get into with that, which is pretty cool to like, you know, you can be a character and still fight yourself. Where in like Mortal Kombat, at least before, like they just changed the color and shit. In this one, like you have Joker fight Joker in the multiverse, and like he has like banter back and forth with himself real quick beforehand. And like, you know, they have like different armor and stuff that you can get so that your characters can look different. It's better
or
that
even
way.
like, or even just like, I loved the Injustice stuff because, I mean, granted, I don't understand why they haven't done that. They might have. I haven't gotten that deep into the new Mortal Kombat games.
Right.
But why don't they have DLC packages for the characters? Like how like Injustice gave you CW costumes.
Yeah.
Like the Arrowverse costumes.
But you can earn that shit too with Injustice. With Mortal Kombat, I think they'd make you pay for the bullshit.
But I'm saying in but even if you gotta buy it, it's like, why aren't they giving me like the old, like, I want my Liu Kang to look like the shitty Liu Kang from the arcade. Like why can't
like do
I
a
want
32-bit?
Yeah, I'm not
Dude,
kidding.
that
Like,
would be
why could you
dope,
not
though,
do that?
yeah.
That'd be fucking hilarious. Like, I would buy that just to have like one or two fights with Liu Kang, looking like the 2D guy who was like,
where he jumps back and forth, like.
why not? It would be fucking funny. I don't know what.
Or even
It would
like
be
the
fucking
64
hilarious.
version of him, dude. Like doing the 64 version of the characters would be pretty dope. Like, you know, you get your
fucking
32
funny.
or 64 bits, you know, in and.
It'd be fucking
They
funny.
have that going on with Mortal Kombat 11, but most of the time, like when I freaking go through the crypt, like I mean, because I mean I grind some shit. You can find those like all over, but they will try to get you to go on the microtransactions, just pay it off.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I give no fucks. And you know, I'm the true gamer, and what I'm gonna do is freaking just beat the living hell out of the game over and over and over again until I get all the stuff.
See, I want to buy suits and like fun stuff. I don't like pay to win shit though. Like I'm not gonna fucking pay and unlock a level. It's like earn the level. But like,
that's why I like
my
Injustice.
costumes
I
and
can
stuff are
earn
different.
everything by playing through the game. I can earn the shit doing. I don't even have to do like the story mode. I can just do the multiverse thing, like the Brother's Eye or whatever they call it.
But
If I-
Yeah.
It's like if I have to stare at this character for an hour while I beat the fucking campaign again, let me make him look the way I want him to look. Like that's all I ask. I don't need to nerf the characters, but if I have to look at this character, let me make him look the way I want. I'll buy $5.
That's most of the custom designs. I mean, with the guys, I'm okay with. The girls, not so much.
I want him to be hot. Like that was the whole point. What happened? Like Melina and fucking Jade having their titties all over the place. Like that was kind of fun.
I enjoyed playing
Well, and that's why I was going back with the SJWs, kind of forcing their hand with that, and
censoring it. Yeah,
for the first time, never was like that until this game.
Right.
it was weird.
So
It's 2019, dude, is the year of fucking I don't know, like we're backtracking again. I don't get it. It's like I get it, like we need to respect women and we need to respect dudes. I get it. That's fine. But like what happened? This is entertainment. It's like going to like, well, I'm going to go to a burlesque show, but we need to wear a shirt instead of pasties. I go, "Wait, but I came here to see you half naked. That doesn't make sense."
yeah.
Like, you know, it's like
Well,
I came to
here's
Mortal
the thing
Kombat
that
to
is
see
gonna come
fucking
to-
elaborate costumes.
Let me point this out.
Okay.
Like, here's my thing. Mortal Kombat is known for blood, gore,
Gratuitous violence and gratuitous sex.
fatalities, and all of that crazy shit. But you want to put their pants on?
Right.
Yeah. But that's America, dude. Like, we can watch somebody get their head and fucking spine ripped out, but God forbid I see a tit.
Oh,
It's like, what the fuck? We're so backwards.
I have
We are
so much I could
backwards.
say on that shit. I texted John the other day, but I'm not
Then
going to
say
get
it,
into
you
it.
big pussy. Then say it.
Just let's
That's
go
what
on. Let's
we're here.
move on.
We're on the
Fuck.
platform. Bring it. Yeah.
No, I don't want to get into it because I could go for another 3 hours on just that topic of violence and sex being kind of like neutered. Like in the States, we promote more violence and say sex is bad type things in movies. No matter how like risque the media says, oh, well, they did this. That's nothing. It's nothing compared to the amounts of violence we allow in our media. That we're okay with our kids seeing all this violent shit. And here's, Terminator fucking blowing the dude's head off, but we can't see a dude and the guy, or a dude and a guy, a girl and a guy, or a dude and a dude, and a girl and a girl, and whatever other formations we want to do, like make love, or like not even just like raw at it, like just like hinting towards it is wrong nowadays for kids to see anyways. It's like we're all gonna grow up and do it. What the fuck, it's, but whatever. America.
Well, you're a dad. I'm not.
Same.
Shh, silence.
Fuck your silence.
Love those spikes.
A surge can. You know how many calories is in that one can? It's like 240.
230 per can.
Per can.
This is big can. It's 16 ounces.
All right, bitches. So what else do we got going on in the world of entertainment? Anything exciting that you guys have seen, talked about, trailers?
You want to do 21 questions? Great.
What kind of undies are you wearing? What are you wearing?
I am wearing a blue bandana with, I'm wearing my Mortal Kombat shirt because I am a big fan of the series.
Ooh, Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Your thoughts?
Why?
Because I saw that shit in theater 7 times when I was a kid. I know it's garbage, but god damn it, I'll watch the fuck out of it. All the time. Fucking animalities and the fucking worm, and it was so shit. That movie was so shit. That movie was so shit. Cyrax, that fight with Jackson Cyrax. Fucking
strength. I actually had a great time watching Cyrax.
Fucking,
that was
fucking
a good
strength, arm enhancers. God, that movie sucks, dude. It's so great though. Oh, that is a B movie. Let me tell you, that was a B movie with a budget.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. But
that was a B movie, and I love the first one though. I love the first one.
And you guys can attest me to this. New Line Cinema do not give a fuck.
Real
what
talk.
kind of movie you make, they'll release it for you.
Fucking real talk. Like Blumhouse and fucking Ghost Key or whatever the fuck that. They're exactly the same, dude. They'll put anything out. They don't give a fuck. They're like, just make it, put it out. Fucking great.
I think that's where like most blaxploitation movies, if you actually look back at the 70s, most of the shit.
Black Dynamite.
Right. So, especially some of those movies back in the 70s did come out around that time, which also leads to another forgiving fact. Those are B movies.
Even if they didn't know it. Even if they didn't fucking know it. Okay, sorry, Michael. Dude, I had to know if anybody else has watched that movie as much as I did. That movie sucks, but I love it. That's up there with my X-Men Origins Wolverine.
And I kind of think, like, especially when it came down to Black Dynamite, when they showed it back in the late 2000s, it was kind of throwing the fact of how wickedly stupid it was back then.
Wickedly stupid. I love that. Fucking love that.
So within perspective, that's why I'm going back to that subject of forgiving B movies for the way they are, because like I'm a dick.
Oh, you'll fit in quite fine here,
dude. Freaking B movies are some of the best hidden gems out there. Like,
right.
And of course they're not,
And I remember that argument because you freaking laid on my ass about that, but I didn't give no fucks around that time until I took the time to watch B movies. So
I wish we could go back and find that, like, because that was on Facebook, right?
Yeah, it was on Facebook, but it was like years ago.
Okay.
But
oh, that would be. It's gonna pop up when.
Was it like a back and forth thread or what?
Memories posts.
Yeah.
That's why I'm gonna bring it up. But no, I watch Comet every damn day because they show a lot of B sci-fi movies. And like I've been rewatching friggin' Stargate SG-1 like it was no tomorrow.
Oh shit.
And let's see, there's that. I never saw Killer Clowns from Outer Space until I watched Comet. Like it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's another good movie I would enjoy.
You remember?
That's one of those movies too, dude. That like just the name of it, like kind of like made people not want to watch that. It's like Killer Clowns from Outer Space. What other '80s freaking stupid name can we come up with?
They you brought up fucking Stargate. The two shows I really remember. Sliders. Y'all remember that?
Oh, great show.
Yeah.
I fucking love Sliders. And then fucking Mantis. You remember that shit?
Yes.
The fucking black dude in the wheelchair who put on the Fuck. I went back and tried to watch it again. Does not hold up. Does not hold up.
I was about to say Mantis was the rich man's Meteor Man.
Fuck, I give you that. I almost said Masked Rider with the fucking.
Masked Rider. No, Masked Rider was the poor man's Guyver.
Fuck you, dude. Talk about a fucking movie that needs a reboot. I will watch the fuck out of Guyver. Give me a fucking 13 episode series on HBO or Netflix. I want a fucking dark Guyver movie, dude. I want it so fucking bad. I want it so bad.
Guyver in retrospect was gory as fuck anyway.
Mm-hmm. It was dope, dude. I liked it. I loved it. It was like super 80s, 90s sci-fi. It was like if a Power Ranger went dark, and I fucking loved it. I loved it.
And they're trying so hard to be dark, especially with the new series, new comic series they have. And I like the fuck out. Don't like it.
Which one is that?
I think. Hold on. I forgot the name of the saga.
One.
It's the most recent. It's the most recent, but yeah, I played the video game Battle for the Grid recently.
Yeah, give me a fucking.
Oh, okay, Shattered Grid, the Shattered Grid series.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, where they again another series that brought in the multiverse type deal in the Power Rangers, where Lord Dracon, which is Tommy Oliver, just like in a different universe, where he ends up taking all the power coins. It basically becomes the one.
And works with me. None of y'all.
It becomes the one though.
But if you kind of think about it, it kind of fits Jason David Frank's celebrity because he kind of feels like he does.
Yeah, that's. I mean.
Points.
Yeah.
I want that movie. That last live action movie sucked so fucking hard. How do you get that so wrong? It's so easy and formulaic. The show has been doing a formula for 2 decades.
And by the way,
you just shit all over the movie.
That pelvic quest that Megazord did kind of won me a little bit.
Oh my god! I didn't even get that far. I hated all the Power Rangers. I hated all of them.
Goldar pissed me off in that one. They really screwed
I love
Goldar
how
up.
that pissed you off, but the Green Ranger lore that they fucked with was fine. Get the fuck out of here with all that.
Well, they did that. Isn't that Sentai lore though?
I don't care.
The original Rangers from Japan.
You always
lore?
do this. I don't care. I want the movie. We know about the Power Rangers. You made the Power Ranger movie for the idiots who watched Power Rangers. You made it for me.
You can't say you don't care about the thing that the Power Rangers are based on.
They are not based on that. They just took the footage, you asshole. That is such a stupid thing to say. That is absurd.
Even the Green Candle thing with the Green Ranger is from
because they
Japan
took the
show.
footage. It's not from the story. They took the footage. That is completely different. That's like me saying my YouTube video is based on that. It's insane.
Well, but we can all agree the freaking Power Rangers is just a Americanized kaiju.
Sure.
Yeah. Well.
Sure. Why not?
It's Americanized Sentai.
It's Voltron remade. It's just Voltron. That's all it is. It's just a cooler Voltron. That's all it is. Instead of lions, we got some dinosaurs.
I mean, that's not complaining either.
No, but my issue is that, okay, one, we don't have to take from the lore from the TV show we took from because they made their own fucking lore just from their TV show. We just stole their images and then put our own story on it. That's completely different. That's nonsense. Second, though,
he didn't steal it. I mean, he made a deal
or they
with
bought
them,
it
so.
or whatever. Fine, I don't care.
Oh, I'm sorry. John wanted to ask me some questions. Like for these next 3 minutes, I kind of interrupted. So, what were your questions?
Oh, I already forgot. He got me off on a tangent for Power Rangers.
No. It was like you was about to give me 20 questions.
Oh no, that was a joke. No, I
was about to say because.
No, I thought you said you had a list of. No, I thought you had a list. I thought you had a list of stuff you wanted to talk about. I wanted to get to your list before Michael's list. Since you're the guest, I wanted to make sure we got through your stuff,
dude.
Because you and I are gonna do this again in a week. I want his list. I don't give a shit about the white man. Crazy person.
This John sometimes John forgets, and I can say I have forgotten before too.
And then he's gonna,
but sometimes John forgets that Operation Babble is my shit.
Yeah, he's gonna put me back in my. How would I forget? It's only your name in the intro, you cock. You fucking cocksucker. Fuck you.
Also,
I'm reminded every time. Anyway.
Do you guys both have Netflix? You guys, I know John does. Do you have Netflix, Quinn? Or
I do not have Netflix. I have YouTube Premium.
Can we talk about? I just got on Facebook.
That?
No. Fuck you, Michael. What the fuck? What the fuck?
What?
I'm on Facebook right now. You fucking dickhead.
What did I do?
Fucking Michael Shrews makes a post. I love B movies. I love good stories. I love original content. I hate and love media. Fucking posted 53 minutes ago. You posted on Facebook during our podcast, you dipshit.
Hashtag you ain't shit.
Wow. Fucking Michael. Look cute. Look how you and me we're just so unimportant. Michael had to go fucking social media his ass off like a little
blah blah blah.
So anyways, one, I'm surprised you have YouTube Premium and not freaking Netflix. Isn't that more expensive?
It's $15.99 a month, I think.
It's only like freaking $13 a month.
It's 15, I think, actually. I think it's 15.
And especially I DJ, so like.
Oh yeah.
Some of the shit that I do copy, I don't have to worry about commercials.
To be fair, I actually, Michael, I'm sorry, buddy. I took the free trial about 48 hours ago. YouTube,
how's it
YouTube
working?
Premium's actually pretty fucking dope.
Is it?
Being able to close the app and run the
music and stuff.
It's pretty fucking awesome. I listen to like 3 or 4 hour like reviews or like podcasts and stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, and it goes uninterrupted.
Dude, fuck, and you can download videos. That's huge. Like I
download videos already.
No, on YouTube, onto your YouTube account, you can download them and play them offline. Which that's fucking huge.
Or I could just download them onto my computer and play them offline.
Oh yeah, but if you need it on your phone, dipshit, you can't hold all that space.
I don't really do YouTube on my phone that
Then
much.
it's not for fucking you dipshit.
See? Then it's not for me.
But you're saying it's a bad service.
No,
it's a great service. It's fucking awesome.
I've thought about doing
awesome.
the free trial. I've thought about doing the free trial just to like take a gander at like the Cobra Kai shit.
Yeah, I couldn't give a shit about that.
Which is an incredible show.
I've actually heard it's pretty good.
You think so?
I've actually heard it's pretty good.
I know so. Like
yeah.
I followed the first and second season like as soon as it hits as soon as that drops I watch them all.
All right.
Yeah, like there's a lot of content, but I mostly watch the documentaries. But one of the movies I did enjoy was like earlier this year it came out with Bodied, which was produced by Eminem. And
I just saw an ad for that. That actually looks really dope.
And I thought it would catch Mike's interest because like Eminem is one of his.
Yeah, that's the rap battle one, right? The rap battle show.
Yeah, and all it is just freaking it's a comedy.
Oh,
which
totally
I
did not
say
get that vibe. By the way,
as soon as that show like idea was thrown out there, like, oh, this is gonna be produced on YouTube, it wasn't that far after like the Eminem MGK shit. So I was like, they did this to hype this because people want to see more battle rap.
And it
shit.
makes sense. But in marketing
does.
strategy, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But
Especially since they're both signed to the same damn label.
it looks dope.
Anyways,
It looks dope.
So with Netflix though, like, and I'm sure you can find this movie somewhere else though. But we watched this movie. I wasn't really into wanting to watch it, but we decided we were gonna do a family movie thing one night.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, let's just watch this. Called Rim of the World on Netflix. It's written by the guy who wrote Thor and some other stuff.
Okay.
But it's basically Goonies meets Independence Day, dude. And
The first Thor?
It's
When you
worth
say
checking
Thor.
out. Yeah.
Okay.
The first Thor. Yeah. So it's like the Goonies meets Independence Day, and it's actually like, I mean, there's campiness in it because it's based around kids.
Yeah.
Like, there's some things you're like, really? They're gonna do that? No. But you get it, and it's kind of cool. And you got like the Goonies type adventure in there and stuff too. So if you like the Goonies and the Independence Day, check it out. You know,
If there's,
I
if
was
there's no
told
Jeff
that,
Goldblum, I'm not watching it.
no, I don't think there's any like actors in it that I recognized except for the one kid, but he was from like a Nickelodeon show or some shit. I don't remember his name now. But yeah, like it's pretty cool. Now I'm typing in Independence Day to look it up. Rim of the World. It is what's
Oh
that
my
actor's
God.
name?
All right, speaking of YouTube, okay, so check this out. So I was kind of fucking around with my DJ program, right? And I decided to, speaking of Eminem's freaking rap battle bullshit, I decided to get the audio of his song Kill Shot, and I decided to mix it with this one band called Bell Biv DeVoe. Back in the day, they did,
I'm literally on your account right now looking at it.
and it's called I think it's a Kill Shot. Like, because like all they did was just experimented the one of their tracks with Kill Shot.
Yeah.
So wait, what was it?
It's called, I think it's a Kill Shot.
Okay.
And it's from my my Facebook page, Dark Man's Laboratory. So
Where the fuck is that at? Oh, it's on your actual. It's not on
I'm
your
literally
profile.
listening to it right now. So what is this?
it's basically a mix of the drums from I Thought It Was Me from Bell Biv DeVoe and use it in a 90s style of.
So you did this.
Yeah, I did this.
Dude, how come I've never seen this page of yours? I'm liking it now.
Nobody
So
asked.
there.
And especially like.
Well, you don't promote it. How am I supposed to know, man?
Well, I
Come
didn't
on.
know where to
No.
go with it until.
I mean, you have more. You have more. You
It's
have
not
more
bad.
likes on here.
Bounce
You have
is,
more likes.
Bounce is a little rough.
Well, yeah, and it was only Eminem. That's the reason why it's so rough.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to some of his cadences, especially with the drum kit, that's when it makes sense.
Well, I was saying just the level balance, the music,
Yeah.
the actual audio.
And that's why that's why I think it is.
It's pretty solid though. That's fun. I love shit like, dude, I love fucking remix shit like that. I really do. Like people taking like two different songs that kind of almost mean the same thing or like have the same like flow or style. And like, I love shit like that, dude. That's why YouTube is fucking awesome.
So
I
that's
love-
why I kind of leave it to everybody else. It's like, I mean, I think it is. You guys like it?
I love dope shit like that. And I always tell Michael, it's another one of those things where it's like when it comes to YouTube, just do shit that you like, man. There's gonna be plenty of people out there that'll think the same thing.
There's-
Yeah, it sucks
there's
because
so
you're not
much
gonna get the
stuff,
views right off
though,
the bat,
that's-
but those people have to find it first.
And the wild part
Right.
is, I mean, I don't monetize my shit. Because, I mean, I don't have anything to freaking just
I'm
have
the same.
to follow it.
I will call people like I mean after seeing some of your stuff and like obviously some of the stuff I put on YouTube and Michael has worked on. I call people like us like talent time bombs. Like it's just like put your shit out, man. Do it for a while, and then when finally somebody finds you, you can just go, yeah, here's some stuff. Yeah, here's some shit from like 6 years ago. It wasn't great, but like you could see the progression. You don't even just see like, oh, it's like I was good off the bat. It's like, no, you saw that I learned. You see it. You see the progression.
I piss a lot of people off on YouTube. Not because of
Michael, you
trolling
piss
or
a lot of
anything like
people
that.
off everywhere you go, buddy.
Yeah,
Love you, boo. But you fucking piss off a lot of people. And don't worry, I'm
So
getting there.
there's this,
I'm getting there. This podcast, I think, has turned me into a villain, and I'm very happy to wear that fucking sigil. I am very happy. Fucking people are stupid. Fuck Aladdin. Get the fuck out of here. Will Smith genie.
So-
God, fuck you. I hate you,
Yeah, we're not
Disney.
talking about
I hate
this.
you, Disney.
I said
Oh, yeah,
this. We're not doing it.
you were wanting to talk about it earlier before,
No, I'm good on it. But no, I actually had 2 separate YouTubers who follow me on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
On my page, Myke Shrews at Facebook.com.
Hey, Michael, did you know you've never had a friend like me? Wah, wah, wah.
Shut up. So I had posted something, and I guess they took offense to it because they unfollowed me. But before they did, they actually sent my page, not my personal one, but the actual page that they liked, messages, both of them. So maybe it might have been the same person with 2 separate
Ooh,
accounts.
are we doing a call
something
out?
like that.
I want to hear. What are we doing?
So
Do I get to hear what you did first?
Yes.
Okay.
So I posted something on the Facebook page called YouTubers Be Like.
Okay.
And I said, so it says, YouTubers Be Like, I'm going to tell you everything I'm going to tell you in this video, but in 10 to 20 seconds beforehand. Also, I'm going to make sure you click subscribe and hit a little bell so you get notified and push me up in the algorithm. Also, I'm going to drag out my video to hit a certain time mark so that I get pushed up more, even though my content is not valuable for more than 5 minutes of your time. Also, I will over-explain everything and tell you the definition to every word, like the word dish, or even tell you what a word is. Also, I will waste another 30 seconds at the end of the video telling you not to forget to subscribe, since what I just made a video on has probably made you forget everything you saw in the first 2 minutes. Because again, I dragged it out because I have no real content. Also, I'm going to do random jump cuts in between me talking because I couldn't find a better editing solution, and every other YouTuber does it, so it must work. Also, I suck that much at talking that I fudge up so much in recording this overly explained, overly exaggerated, overly used words video just again to keep my time up. I mean, come on. That's like spot on for most. I truly don't care. You do what you do you. That's what we all do. Make your mark however you want. I mean, otherwise it's not really you on YouTube. Also, haha, I'm just playing YouTubers. You know I love you, haha. I love doing what I
You're fucking
do, creating. Teehee.
You're such a bitch, Michael. That fucking shit was spot on. That last fucking paragraph, take that shit out. It makes you sound like a petty prick. That shit was 100% fire, dude. Your entire statement was 100% right. 100%. Especially with all the fucking like reviewers right now for movies and shit. That fucking Game of Thrones, I'm gonna fucking kill people. Everybody's dumb. I fucking hate it. The Game of Thrones sucks. Deal with it. Stop making fucking videos about it. Like, oh my god. Dude, you can do a reaction video. There's a difference between doing a straight up reaction video of like, I fucking hated this, or doing a video where you go, here are 10 reasons why I hate this. Like, here are 10 reasons why I can't stand this. Because then I can actually have a conversation with you. It's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that point didn't work. Yeah, that time jump was bad. This character was bad. But if you're like, I just didn't like it because, look, it's like, yeah, that's your opinion. I can't take that away from you.
Just like I said, there needs to be a why with the explanation.
I completely agree. Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. I'm so sick of
So-
people.
But before we
God.
before Myke makes his statement, it's kind of weird to see his headphones like that because I thought it was a freaking wrestling gear. Like
I was like, bro, he's like Jordy from fucking Star Wars. Like, let me like,
It was annoying me.
hey guys, how's it
It
going?
was annoying me, so I put it down.
And fuck you, Michael,
no,
for not sending me any of those Myke
John-
Shrews stickers.
John-
I don't appreciate not getting free merch from Myke Shrews and fucking Galactic Turtle shit. I don't appreciate that. I feel used.
Your sponsor does not like you, Matt. No, John said a trigger word there. Trigger words, I should say, for reaction video.
is that on your desk?
Ooh.
Different trigger words.
What, bud?
Oh shit. He's got a notebook of them.
So he said the trigger word that. So this pissed me off, and I even posted something on probably my personal page about CBS and their freaking rules. So CBS dropped the trailer for the Picard, the teaser trailer is like 1 minute for Picard. CBS's new Star Trek.
Picard. Jean-Luc Picard?
Jean-Luc Picard for Star Trek. It's a continuation. It's the first show ever to take place in the stationary timeline that we all know. After, like, in the future, in the 24th century, I should say.
Yeah, Jean-Luc.
Because everything else they've been doing has been in the 20th or no, the 23rd century.
Jean-Luc Picard
lately.
is portrayed by a brilliant actor named Patrick Stewart, who is a old, bald white man. So apparently YouTube would understand if you, Quentin, have not or Quin.
No, he knows.
Have not heard about it. No, I'm being an asshole. No, I'm being an asshole.
Come on. Don't be like. So, no, CBS dropped the teaser for the Picard show. It's just called Picard. And it's supposed to be after Nemesis had happened, so Data's dead, all that shit.
Fucking spoilers.
Spoilers for Star Trek.
For like a 10-year-old movie.
So, you know, and it's a big thing in the Star Trek, like, Trekkie fan thing, because it's the first ever to come back after all of this stuff in the 24th century. And so they dropped the trailer. I did a reaction video for it. And, like, a day later, I realized it was pulled. CBS pulled it. CBS said, pulled their, said it was a copyright thing or whatever. You can't have the reaction video on there. When I made sure that the audio was a little distorted anyways, come to find, I got super pissed, and was going to do a whole rant video, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to go and look at other reaction videos and see what they did differently. All of the reaction videos for Picard have been pulled.
Yep.
The only reaction videos that are still up are people that realized their video was pulled and just did a video with still shots without any of the noise, without actually watching the trailer. So it's not really a reaction video. It's just them talking about the trailer. It's not a reaction.
You don't know that. My Star Wars trailer reaction video. Oh wait, did I play the trailer at the front of it?
No.
I don't remember. Did I play the actual
No.
video?
But so this
That shit
is
was fun,
like
though, by the way.
a big thing.
Shout out to
It's
myself.
like all over where like they just pulled everyone's reaction video. CBS has always been one of those like little bitches about copyright stuff with Star Trek, which is stupid because the fans are like literally the reason that show still got its like incarnations from into next gen, because they love the original series. We freaking named our first spaceship the Enterprise that went into space because of Star Trek, So once CBS got a hold of it, they're really bitchy about copyright and all this stuff.
Like, nope.
I talked to John about it when we did the thing about me going to the Star Trek sets in Kingsland, about how like there's like literally a huge, like bigger than a phone book type guideline that you have to go based off if you want to do any fan stuff for it. So in short, they pulled all the stuff, all the reaction videos, which pissed quite a bit of people off, and to me, I'm like, why? Because that's free marketing. Does not make sense. So reaction video is a trigger word right now.
Bad marketing.
But it's bad marketing. But and also I feel it's weird because I'm like, there are literally videos on YouTube right now that are just scenes from Endgame. Like, that's it. There's no content with it. It's just the scene from Endgame.
Because they made their money. That's a completely different thing, dude. That's so different. They already have their money.
But it's a trailer. It's a trailer.
But your opinion's not going to change anything. A bunch of people talking shit about a trailer will keep people from watching it. Are you kidding me right now? That whole thing with Game of Thrones, you really don't think that D.B. Weiss and Dipshit don't have a problem with that Star Wars trailer right now?
Right.
There's a very strong opportunity that they may get pulled from that trailer. Or from that trilogy that they're about to do.
From the trilogy they're doing,
because the backlash from Game of Thrones is insane.
If they have contracts, though, they'll be
No,
safe.
fuck you, dude. Disney? You think Disney
yeah,
gives
they
a
did
shit
fire
about
Gunn,
money
so,
at
yeah.
all? Any person in the world who thinks Disney gives a fuck about losing any money,
I
they're
keep forgetting
insane.
Disney owns
They
them.
own the fucking world, dude. That's
But
insane.
no, dude, like, it's just weird to me because it is a trailer. It's literally all it is looks like B-roll shots, and then you see Picard like once, and then there's overlaid with another admiral talking or some shit about him leaving Starfleet.
It's nothing. It's just imagery and
nothing.
bullshit.
It's
It's literally what the movies or the show is going to be. Nostalgia.
Right.
Here's a couple of images. He says a couple things. I bet you he says, make it so within the first episode. And then we walk away. Probably even face palms. I'll bet you somebody says something and he goes like this. Ha ha, meme. And then it's fucking over. And then he dies.
We'll see.
And he
We'll
probably
see.
dies. That's probably how he dies.
It's funny.
Gets a face hugger, face
People
palm.
are on Facebook, and they were trying to talk shit about it, like, because somebody said, "Oh, well, what if Data comes in?" And I was just like, Data died.
Doesn't matter. They'll
so
bring him back. Palpatine's dead, right? Fucking the end of the fucking episode 9, you hear him laugh like an asshole.
But then
Can't kill-
another guy was
nobody's
like,
safe.
"Well." No, so another dude commented, he's like, "Yeah, Data's dead," like trying to be smart after I had said it already. And then I commented on him just to be a dick. I was like, "Yeah, but Data's a robot. They could just bring him back in some way, or because Data did make himself a kid, the actor could just play his kid."
Multiverse. I don't know.
No, like literally.
No, I'm just
Data
saying,
made
who
himself
cares?
an android kid, like based off of his tech. So, just saying. I mean, if we're gonna do it. Not to mention that there were other clones, robots that look like Data.
Spock, baby. Spock's fucking so
Dude.
much more cool. And Worf.
I
Why
wish
are we
that
not doing more
instead of-
Klingon shit? They're way cooler. Fucking Worf is fucking bae. Like, why are
Watch
we not doing
Discovery,
stuff with Worf?
dude.
God damn
Watch
it.
Discovery. The whole first season of Discovery has massive Klingon shit in it.
Oh, well.
Because it's during the period where the Klingons were at war
Yeah,
with
well,
the
if you
Federation
really
and
thought
everybody.
that show was worth a damn, you'd give it out to the public. You put it on your fucking streaming service. Suck a dick.
That's CBS,
Speaking of
dude.
Klingon, I want University of Toledo to actually bring Klingon in the foreign language department.
Oh my god, you're gay.
Wait.
That would be cool. I wish more people would do that, in their off time. Like somebody would actually hey, come to my house on Sundays and I will teach you. Because I'm not gonna lie, if I had to pick a language I wanted to learn, it would be all about Elvish from fucking Lord of the Rings.
Because right now I'm actually trying to learn Tarkatan from Mortal Kombat because Baraka.
Yep, you fucking nerd.
Nerd.
Awesome.
I can't find it now, but I have a Klingon dictionary somewhere here.
God, of course. So Q2.
Yes.
Star Wars or Star Trek? You said Trekkie. Which one do you pick? Where do you at? Where do you lie?
Depends on, is it the entire universe of that, or
I'm just gonna throw it down to the basic. If I told you, hey, we got a sci-fi moment right now, go to your TV, grab a DVD. What show you picking? You grabbing a Star Wars movie, or you grabbing a Star Trek movie or show, whatever.
which I have an argument already. I gotta say Star Trek.
Okay, cool. No, and if you
Okay,
got an
good.
argument, go. This is why
Fine.
you're here.
The
Elaborate.
reason why is because Star Wars is only the inspired version of this samurai drama book called Musashi.
Ooh, fun. I didn't know
So
that.
the shit they got from that book series, they put in a more futuristic point of view. And not saying I wasn't convinced. It's just for the fact that I'm not gonna go into something that's already adapted.
Which would totally make sense because I heard the rumor, and I guess it's not a rumor, that George Lucas made Willow because out of spite, essentially, because he was apparently the guy who went for the rights to the Lord of the Rings. He wanted to make the Lord of the Rings movies. And because they didn't give it to him, he went and made Willow, which is essentially, I guess, a carbon copy of Lord of the Rings.
Which is a good movie, though. Willow's good.
I haven't seen it in a really long time.
I'm more in a meh.
Yeah, I'm in the meh about it. I've never felt the need to go back and see it again. If anything, I'm really excited for the Dark Crystal sequel.
I mean, that's what I kind of felt like with What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Just meh.
I mean, Willow's
Wow,
a better
weird-
Val Kilmer
what a
movie
weird
than
one to
Batman. And
I love it though. I fucking love it. That's great.
no, Warwick Davis though is just everything he's in. I like.
Sure.
I mean, he's freaking Leprechaun, dude. Come on.
Why not? Because we didn't know who Peter Dinklage was yet.
Ooh. You want to have a what's the PC term for that?
What that Peter
dwarf,
Peter Dinklage
a
is
dwarf
is a better actor? Who's a dwarf? Bummer.
No. He just got the role. Like, come on, bro.
Sure. Peter Dinklage is a better actor. Suck it. Yeah,
Ouch.
I think I'm Star Wars. I like the OT. The OT trilogy is so solid. I love it so much. Music's really good. Prequels have their moments. I keep telling people, if you had the right guy, I think you could legitimately edit down the prequel movies, all three of them, to like a 2.5 hour movie that would be fucking bomb. But I would love to see that. I think you could really do it. Imagine if you did most of the Phantom Menace stuff like in time, and then pretty much all of the second movie just be flashback shit. It would be way better. I think it would be way more tight. Because some of the best music comes out of the prequels. Some of the best imagery and ideas come out of the prequels. Like Darth Maul's fucking dope, but like you fucking wasted. No, I feel you. But dude, Trek is just so good. It's so much better at storytelling. Like Star Trek is just so much better at stories, and it sucks because it's just like, God damn, dude, why can't we get that shit? Like, I want more of that. Yeah, but it's like boring, but like really, I don't know. It's like complex.
They
and
deal
good.
with a lot more like life things.
Because
like,
if you
if
you kind of think about it, Star Trek, especially within the own saga, although the movie came out, it's a rich man's Blade Runner.
I can give you that. Yeah, I can give you that. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of ideologies that you get from Star Trek that's very universal.
Yeah. It legitimately makes me hate the J.J. Abrams movies more when I see the old like TV show, because it's so not the same thing. I mean, I like the J.J. Abrams movies for what they are. Star Trek, I'm talking about. They're fine. Mm-hmm. The shows are just so much better. It's like they actually tackle shit that's more relatable. And I'm so sick of movies like getting away from the human element. Like, movies are storytelling. It's not fucking distraction bullshit imagery. That's not what movies are. Movies are storytelling. And we've all forgotten. I don't know. I just hate it. What? What'd you say? What was that? Yeah.
But regardless, that's mostly subjective from my statement.
But I would also argue I think we have a different perspective, because I mean, think about it. When the original Star Wars trilogy came out, DVDs didn't come out 3 months later. You saw the movie and then you didn't see it again for years. You had to interpret things. Then you got the toys. And then the toys came later. I mean, think about that. Like, marketing wasn't as disgusting and underhanded as it is now. And nowadays, it's like we eat, sleep, and breathe movies. It's like a trailer coming out 9 months before a movie comes out. What the fuck is that? That's just absurd. That shit should be coming out 2-3 months beforehand. Like, it's insane. I don't need to know that a Star Wars movie's coming out in a year.
Like
That's
Right.
insane.
You know they're coming out for the next 7.
But it's like, I mean, people have been fired and scripts have been rewritten and things have been redone in the time that a movie's been announced. How fucking dumb is that? It's so dumb. Our culture's retarded.
Or people get fired and rehired.
James Gunn, dude. Yeah, it's a perfect example.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Movies have become marketing, and it's sad. It's so sad to see. People work their asses off to. It's like, oh, but fan fiction writers are the scum of the universe. Are they though? They're like the people who actually care the most about this lore. If anything, their stories are going to be better. I think we're at closing statements at this point. What? Anybody else got a last minute fucking thing they want to talk about?
Yes, something that just popped up, and I just blasted it onto the Myke Shrews page. It's kind of like just news, but Peter Jackson is converting his first 4 films into 4K. We're talking like Dead Alive.
Oh God, that movie
and shit like that. So to see that in 4K would be
I'll
pretty
watch
cool.
those, yeah.
Bad Taste. No wait.
I'm waiting for Lord of the Rings extended cut in 4K, baby. I want that.
So Bad Taste, Dead Alive. It doesn't say what the other ones are, but like his first 4 ones that he did over in I think it's New Zealand where he's from.
Oh,
and stuff.
Fuck. Speaking of Peter Jackson, who I kind of put him in this realm because he's really good at the fantasy storytelling. Did you see that Guillermo del Toro's doing a fucking Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark fucking movie?
Yes.
That looks fucking dope.
And it's like with
that looks
kids
awesome.
and stuff, right? It's the one they're doing with all the kids.
Yeah, it looks fuking creepy as shit.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I really like those books.
So it should be interesting.
I hope it's multiple movies so they don't like try to do it all in one.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
If he's doing the first 4 of his, Meet the Feebles is going to be in 4K.
God, you're gay. Really? Meet
Yes.
the
What
Feebles?
movie?
Meet the
Feebles. It's like the drug addict, alcoholic version of the Muppets.
Oh dear.
Oh, you mean
Dude, you
Happy
should watch.
Crimes?
Find
Whatever
the trailer for that stuff, dude. It's funny. It's better than Happy Crimes.
Happy Time Murders. That's what it was.
Yeah, Happy Time Murders.
Fucking terrible.
But I didn't know Peter Jackson did The Frighteners. That's a good movie,
that's a good
dude.
one. It's great.
I love that one.
Great
I'm
film.
surprised they haven't tried to remake that as a piece of
how
crap.
dare you?
Because that was
Don't
a
even
good.
say it. I don't want it. It looks so good. The original looks so
But
good.
no, that's like just something I came across while y'all were talking. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Well, I think
He'll put.
Well, I think now would
He'll do
probably
those in 4K.
be a solid time for you to. I think since we're hitting the finish line, dude, fucking shout out your fucking YouTube channel. I was already like starting to browse it a little bit. What you got? What do you do?
Yeah.
Where you come from? What makes your?
And this is a new YouTube channel too, right? The one, the Darkman Lab or Darkman Laboratory one or whatever.
Yeah, that's only on my Facebook where I do like
Okay.
different trailers for people, doing different stories. That's outside of Dewrant, especially like I'm in the midst of like writing a story, like after I just got done with my DJ program right now on my phone, like I said, while you guys were talking. And
Yep.
so basically I'm just trying to expand my universe for like the last several months.
Nice.
Okay.
No, you seem like you definitely have a
Now you have.
very diverse catalog. A lot of you got like review stuff, you got mashup stuff, you got like reactionary stuff. There's definitely you have a lot of plates in the air. I'm really curious to see which ones you kind of decide to
Go
really
more
focus
into?
on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm been more focusing on the karaoke since I actually run a business.
Yeah.
I actually been like
But I can't get on and watch you karaoke. So like I gotta.
I mean, well, I wish, but
I mean, you could do live, live karaoke.
like, like I'm actually planning to do that with a couple of people within months.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm just trying to get everybody together on at least one day to do it. But
if you need any help like setting that up, let me know, dude.
Oh, most definitely. But right now, I actually made a rule book in karaoke. Because a lot of people get the whole thing like completely confused because like one of the rules I say do not rely on liquid courage because there's no courage in it. Because most people say I got to be drunk to get on stage. We didn't tell you to sing.
Can always strip.
I mean, like nobody like asked you to freaking like drink a fucking buttery nipple just to go on stage just to sing shots.
And now with karaoke,
there's no freaking shots.
Like, don't you guys usually like have a list? Like, you sign up to do it, so it's like, you signed up while you're sober. Just do it while you're sober.
Basically, like I don't know why you have to say, you know what? I'm gonna wait till everybody can like do their song. I was like, but what if everybody shows up and you don't?
Right.
So I got a basic rule at my show. If this, I go on the rules of Fight Club. If this is your first time doing karaoke, you gotta sing. Like there is no hope for you.
You have no choice.
Get good, scrub. Let's see.
Someone's a gamer.
Actually, let's see. Because I also do verses on my karaoke night. So, like, I actually put two people pit against each other if they actually sign up on the list. And they have to play a song that I choose. So, it's kind of a roulette in a sense. So, so like, you get on stage. Let's say, so what's your favorite song? Let's say somebody said freaking Don't Stop Believing from Journey. Then I'll play something else for Journey like Separate Ways. So they have to sing that song. So so that's basically like basically on stage giving you this like right in front of your face. All this.
So so YouTube channel is Darkman Gaiden, DarkManGaiden. Very awesome. I'm already looking at some of your stuff. I'm very excited to go through. Your blog is called Dewrant, like Mountain Dew, Dewrant, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, let's check all that out. I'm excited. I'm excited to have worked with you, so now I'm gonna get to check out your catalog. I'm very excited.
Yeah, but the strong advice, I'd rather have you go to Facebook because that's where I do my blogs at. All you gotta do is search hashtag Dewrant, and you got this huge
It's DEW, right?
Yeah, like Mountain Dew.
Okay. And you have your YouTube as Darkman Gaiden. That's Japanese, bro, right? Okay.
Yeah, I love Ninja
Gaiden. Yeah. For story,
great
for like
game.
a tale,
Fuck
like a
game
fairy
at the
tale
same
type thing or
It's
some
a great
shit.
game.
Yeah, so well, because it fits my personality because everybody kind of calls me a difficult person. So
Well, I'm glad you finally met me, so I hope that'll balance you out. You'll be like, no, this guy's way worse.
but anyway, going back to my Dewrants, originally, when I made my rants on Facebook, it didn't have a name until one night, me and Brian, my best friend, I was at his house, just hanging out, just having some Mountain Dew and some pizza, right? And there was just something I was bitching about. And he's like, looks like you're on your Dew rants. I was like, I like that name. Like,
And I love the fucking origin story, dude. There's nothing better than when you get a name with a cool fucking origin story.
That's all it started. Yeah, all it was is just me bitching while drinking Mountain Dew.
It's fucking dope.
Did Operation Babble just get your first origin story like out there? Like, is Operation Babble the first place you've said this, or did you do a rant already about how your name came?
Basically, sure.
No, wait.
So we're the first.
So this
we're
is the first
breaking
time the
news to
origin
everyone?
has been revealed of why you call your
Yes.
Hey, fucking Operation
All
Babble
right, there we go.
exclusive, baby. I like it. I feel validated all of a sudden.
Shout out to Brian McDowell.
Right.
Fucking.
Ooh,
I love cheeseburgers.
last names, no. No, I know Brian. He's cool. He got beat up by D12 once. That's a long story, but just know who D12 is and you'll get the context of it.
Fucking Christ. Bro, dude, we ran the fucking gambit.
Yeah, man.
I gotta tell you guys,
Well-
I had a fucking great time. QT
Yeah, man.
to the Q. Thank you so much for being on, man.
Yeah,
much
man, I
for real.
appreciate it. And if you want to come back on, dude, and do some other content later, like just hit me up and on Facebook or text me or through Skype Messenger or some bullshit like that. Just hit me up and be like, hey, you guys want to talk about this? If we haven't already talked about it, like the Rob Pattinson thing, we never really dove deep into it. So that's why when you said you want to talk about it, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So we appreciate you coming on, dude,
Yeah.
and getting some internet so that you could do this with us.
No, it's much appreciated. This is actually my first official podcast, especially going by video. So,
man.
so
Yeah, the video is just so that we can see each other and have
there's
more
no
of a reaction
it's just
towards each
it's
other.
just our voices. I'm
Um,
not putting my ugly mug on the internet.
Later down the road, I'll probably do some like live casting on Facebook where I like have people join in.
almost.
Where like I'll do the live video on my Myke Shrews account on Facebook.com/Myke Shrews.
I think,
and
Michael, we
like
should-
join into the conversation that way.
We should
A little later.
milestone it. Like we'll say like maybe like
What's
number
that?
like 50 or something. We do a live one.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, this is like number 20,
Oh,
dude.
shit.
So
Oh, right.
welcome to
Right,
our
congratulations.
milestone number 20.
Hey, that's awesome.
Um,
So congrats to
which,
QT being
20?
our fucking double digit
Yeah.
now. Like our fucking
So
20s.
like, it's not a big deal for 20s. People don't think 20 is a big deal, but for how long our casts are, you get to know us really
fucking
well in
shit,
20
man.
podcasts. But yeah, and also we might do some more. I'll send you some stuff for some Star Trek stuff,
Yeah.
dude, if you were interested, Quinn, and maybe we can do some more talking on that too later down the road. Because John's girl is in the Star Trek. John himself isn't like a huge, knowledge of Trekkiness, but I got another guy that lives close by me too that wants to do some Trek casting. So
I'm good for commentary
interesting.
in the background being like, "Ooh, I think I got that."
right.
But
So
I'm going to head out. I
man.
love this. You guys were awesome. Quinn, man, fucking kill it. You guys are the best. I hope we do this again.
Thanks again,
very
Quinn.
Soon. So for me, you go do you on your Dewrants, and I hope to see more. I'm gonna go fucking catch up on your catalog and later, nerds.
Thanks.
later. Thanks for tuning in to another great episode of Operation Babble. You can catch this episode and more at soundcloud.com/Operation Babble or iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and Google Play at Operation Babble or YouTube at Myke Shrews, MYKESHREWS. Have a great day, guys. Peace.